We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Curbside Network presents Lord of the Rings, Prince of Shadows. This is our final episode of this season. We are going out with a bang tonight as we have a huge fight to get this show kicked off, and then more to come after that. For those of you who are Lord of the Rings fans, this is going to be an extended episode. This is the extended edition Blu-ray director's cut of our final episode. This is going to be a long one, so please stick with us. It's going to be worth the journey.
You go back to our website, you can rewatch this episode with us commenting on the episode as you watch it.
Don't tempt me. I will sit down.
I would
for that.
love to do a commentary.
I'd do it.
But thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, everyone who's been watching. I know we've been having some technical difficulties with some of our streams. We are trying our best to make sure everything's working nice and clean tonight. If you're having issues, I promise this episode and all of the past episodes are going to be up on our YouTube. I'm even going to try to get our old episodes up on our Twitch as well. So everyone on all of our platforms can watch the entire journey. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to all the players who joined us. Cody coming back from Renegade Rangers, Reese coming back from Renegade Rangers, Nolan joining us for the first time here on Curbside, and then of course Tim leading the way as our forever DM. Thank you, all of you, all four of you. Thank you so much for this excellent experience. I've had a blast, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is still June, so it is still Pride Month. Shout out to all of our friends who belong to that wonderful little alphabet mafia. We love each and every one of you little weirdos. We heavily support you guys. It's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So always check on your friends. Be kind to yourself. And, you guys deserve it. With that, we're about to get this show on the road. But as always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. I am posting a bunch of interviews coming up soon from Ranger Stop and Pop that just happened a couple of weeks ago. So a bunch of interviews coming from our Instagram to our TikTok. Don't miss out on those. And of course, I'm going to give it a shout out at the end of the episode, but I got to talk about it now. Coming up in July, maybe early August, our next campaign is going to be Astramore, a Spelljammer campaign. We are doing D&D in space, baby. This is going to be a crazy ride. We're bringing in some amazing talent for this show. I am so hyped for Spelljammer. So keep an eye out for that as we get closer to the end of July. And, of course, none of this could be possible without our sponsors and our friends. Collected Comics and Games here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They are absolutely chock full of everything you need. Books, minis, paints, comic books. They are absolutely chock full of all the stuff you little nerdy weirdos need and love. I'm going to go pick up my weekly comics tomorrow. I'm reading the DC All In series right now. So go give them their business. We love them greatly. Couldn't have done it without them. And of course, you can't have a D&D game without dice. So shout out to our official dice sponsors, ST Wake Gaming. Jason and his family are bringing you some of the best dice out there, some of the best accessories that you can get your hands on. I'm rocking one of them tonight, just in honor of tonight's game. So shout out to them. Shout out to their wonderful collection of everything you need for your fellow little dice goblins like myself. And of course, our friends at Peach City Inc. They are 100% custom made t-shirts with custom designs. Reese is rocking their newest Whitebeard one piece design. Myself and Cody are carrying Pokeballs from their 3D print partners. There we go. So they are on our link tree. Go check them out. Peach City Inc., Collected Comics and Games, ST Wade Gaming. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the season finale of Prince of Shadows. Tim, the floor is yours.
Well, welcome back to your game. Welcome back to Middle Earth. Guys, where we last left off, the party had, let's see, the full recap. The party originally had kind of lost its way a little bit in the Shire, but once your path had been corrected and you started heading further west, you stopped in one of the small little towns in the Shire just for rest. You had a bit of a little bit of a we'll say a party versus food event in which you took on a Hobbit tradition of the Boar's Head challenge, in which you basically took on a boar's head full of brunch food, and you had to finish it in a certain amount of time. You did so with Willow leading the way on that. Everybody contributed, but she kind of anchored the team for you. You also started your own little whisper campaign in the Shire, kind of taking a little bit different approach than you initially did after kind of realizing that just straight up warning hobbits can sometimes be a frustrating endeavor and that they don't listen because they're insulated and stubborn and all sorts of other reasons. But a whisper campaign, now that is something that would spread quickly. And apparently it did a little bit of good, because as you found your way to Hobbiton, to the home of Samwise Gamgee, you found that he was at the Green Dragon with a few of his fellowship. And it was during a moment of revelry at the Green Dragon that goblins attacked. And the last words spoken by the goblin warrior Gurlack as we ended the game last session was, "Take the took, kill the rest." We don't know what that means yet. Hopefully you guys will find out later tonight, but as of right now, I'm gonna need you to roll some initiative.
Oh yeah. Let's not forget, we ended last week's session with Bowen proclaiming an orc, "You may certainly try."
You might have a very good shot with this initiative roll.
Strong roll. Not bad, not bad.
Right, and I get to roll initiative for Sam.
Okay.
Of course he rolled well.
Of course.
Stupid fat hobbitses.
All right.
This is initiative.
Got it.
+3.
Got some
Dang.
fuse on.
Okay, Sam.
Why is he as dexterous as Bagomir?
He's always ready to fight.
I mean, most hobbits are dexterous, but it's okay.
Because that's Samwise, and you put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he Doug from 51st Dates?
He is also Rudy. Put some respect on his name.
I don't know how deep a cut you want me to add to that.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
He also fought Nazis in the movie Memphis Belle. Go look it up.
Yeah.
I'm writing that
Samwise
down.
Gamgee fought Nazis, okay? His character name was Rascal.
Of course, it was
Here for
Rascal.
it.
He was a B-17 belly gunner, if you're curious. Anyway.
Listen, I was already sold. You don't got to sell me anymore.
All right. Initiative. 20 and up. Oh, no.
Crickets.
Oh, boy.
15 to 19.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Come on, guys.
Here's the thing about that, y'all.
10 to 14.
Hey,
13.
there we go. All right.
I have a 13 for Bowen. Do
So
I hear a
I-
12?
I have a 13 as well, but I have a better 13.
You were far more dexterous.
Okay, so I got Renor, Bowen. Okay, Bagomir.
10.
10 and Willow.
8.
You know, I think it's looking good.
You got this, guys.
Oh, this is gonna be rough. All right.
Well, I haven't rolled for the orcs yet. Okay.
Come on, goblin archers. We need that luck to come back.
Well,
These are goblin shock
the
troops, though.
support orcs are going after Bagomir, but before Willow.
Okay.
Gurlack.
Gurlack. What does he have? If anything.
Just a little higher.
Gurglack's going first.
Woof.
Even ahead of Sam.
Woof.
Ooh.
Okay.
Did he roll for Mary and Pippin?
I have now. Oh, snap.
Let me guess. They rolled really well, didn't they?
Well, Mary did.
Sounds like Mary.
Oh.
He wouldn't get off of me. He laid directly on my mouth.
Okay. This is a little... Okay. Here we go. Unfortunately, at the top of the order, we're starting with NPCs. Gurlack is first, followed by Mary.
Okay.
So... Gurlack. Okay. New stat block. I get to do fun things. All right. Okay, the first thing he's going to do is Gurlack is going to let out this, like, blood-curdling, like, war cry. Just... Ah! So basically, you don't know what that does. It appears to have inspired the orcs in the room, however.
Oh dear.
All right.
I'm just writing a little note for me because the combat may move a little slower this week, guys, just because there's a lot of moving parts and we want to take our time with this one. So, Mary is up. And Mary, being immediately alarmed that orcs are in the Green Dragon, you see as he carefully puts the pint that he was holding back down because he was standing on top of the table singing, if you recall. He carefully puts it back down, and you see as Mary pulls out a small blade, almost like a dagger of Rohan, but functions as a short sword for him.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to go at one of the orcs that were hidden in the
cloaks.
The cloaks.
All right.
It's not terrible. What is that? Math. Plus 16.
Fun fact, 80% of Dungeons and Dragons is math. The other 20% is being frustrated at your inability to do math.
That truer words.
You know what? You ain't gotta be so loud about it.
Where'd you go? Oh, there we are. Oh, wow, that hits too.
Let's go.
So Mary is
go.
rolling damage.
Go, Mary.
Ew. It was... Okay. I mean, all right, so it was minimum damage, but he did some damage. Basically, you see as Mary pulls out this Rohan blade and swings it at the nearest cloaked goblin, and it finds purchase, and you see is like a spatter of black ichor kind of sprays it against the wall behind it as he does make contact in a slashing motion with it. Okay. Mary is up. Okay. Sam is up. Renor, you're on deck.
We're all right.
Let's go.
Sam, holding Sting in his hand, glowing bright blue for all to see. Sam steps towards the biggest orc in the room and just says, "Have at it, filth."
My man's ready to go.
So he stepped up to Gurlack.
Yep.
Noise.
Oh yeah, come on, Sam.
It's not a great roll, but he's got good stats.
He's not afraid of you. He fought off a big old spider. Are you serious?
That man carried the
15.
man who carried the ring into Mordor.
Does not hit.
Excuse me.
Sting clangs off the side of the shield that Gurlack was holding underneath the cloak, and Sam tries once more.
Oh.
If I may, you said he rolled a 15.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just listening. Carry on.
Yeah.
He's trying to pay
For
attention.
important
Numbers?
information, important numbers. Is that what you're after?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
15
yep,
was not quite good enough.
I like numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, we can manifest higher.
Ooh, this is much better.
If you
14
roll,
that will hit. It's plus nice. Okay. Sting flashes and slices through the air. The first shot clangs off the side of the shield that Gurlack is holding. The second one finds purchase and kind of does like a scrape across the front of its chest. Gurlack has been hit.
Let's go.
Now, to the main characters. Renor, you're up. Bowen, you're on deck.
Okay, so excuse me, seeing Gurlack be hit, Renor, of course, I mean, he knows where he knows the target here. But real fast, I would like to make a survey of the room.
Yeah.
We've got lackeys, right? I mean, it's not just Gurlack. There's
You
goblin. Correct.
There
What's
are 5 goblin... I'll call them cloaked goblins. There
Okay.
are 5 cloaked goblins in the bar. And Gurlack, who is standing in the archway of the front door. The front.
Understood. Okay. Is there what's the are they causing general chaos? Are they just like cutting down, Hobbiton in here,
They haven't had a chance to go yet, so you don't know what their intentions are.
Okay. Word. I didn't know if we have civilians at risk or if they're just trying. I mean, he
You
did say
have-
kill the rest, so
Yes,
I don't know who all the rest is.
that is correct.
I can only
Um,
assume it includes us, which
these are
fair
fair
game.
questions.
These are fair questions.
We're fair
are-
game, but civilians.
There are innocent bystanders.
Yeah.
And we'll say a little DM talk here. I would say that wouldn't concern you unless you roll very poorly.
Okay, so with that in mind, Renor is gonna I'd like to, get up on a step on a table or something. I want to be above the crowd and get a good line of sight over to Gurlack. I
Okay.
know he's going to be taller than all these people, but I want some difference here to meet him. And then I'm going to just send a longbow shot at him.
You got it. And easy enough to do. I'll let you step up on a chair up on top of a table, very similar to what where Mary and Pippin were at the beginning of this. So you're now standing on top of a table, knocking an arrow.
Yep. I'm gonna draw one back, bring it up to my face, and just you picked a hell of a time to crash the party, pal. And just let one loose. However, before I roll to attack, I would like to use my special ability for Mighty Shot. Once per turn, before I make an attack with a ranged weapon, I can choose to roll the weapon's damage die and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll. If the attack hits, I roll 2 additional weapon damage die on the damage roll.
Dang.
Nice.
My damage die is a
Nice.
D8, so I'm going to roll a D8 here, and we're going to subtract 4 from my 2 hit roll. And I'm going to go ahead and roll the hit, and I'm going to... let's see here. 17 to hit.
17 just hits.
Let's go.
However, I'm going to use his reaction to parry, and he's going to add 2 to his AC.
Okay.
All right.
And so does that...
I apologize. I cannot do that. That is only for a melee attack. So you
Hey,
can hit.
here we go.
Yep. Sorry. I
Okay.
saw the ability and I was like, oh yeah, but it's only against a melee. So continue. Your arrow hits.
So now I'm going to roll 3d8 plus 3.
Woo!
Ooh.
Do
Oh
it.
yeah, starting off with a bang. All right, yikes. First 2 not great. Let's roll the next one.
Come on. We're good.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Yup. How fitting. 17.
17 points of damage. Nice.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
So where did you hit him? Just for flavor and
I'm gonna say that if he's in there, he's acting a fool. I imagine him, "Rah!" So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for him to raise an arm, to do something, to take a step, and just expose a little something where I see like, I know where you're at, and I'm gonna just get in there and just he's got his arm up and like right here, there's a little bit of a gap. I'm gonna find it and just hit a little, just boom. There's some good
Nice.
purchase on that.
yeah,
Hit him in the arm, and
okay.
it really digs into that
We're gonna
flesh.
say
He's-
right in between like that muscle, the
Oh, yeah.
bicep muscle. And oh yeah.
He's nowhere close to going down, but oh man, is he not happy about that?
Oh yeah, that hurts. Yeah.
And then that is, I'm gonna stay on that table. I want all the attention.
You got it.
All right.
Bowen, you're up. Pippin is on deck.
Okay. So I had one quick question before I go. Did we agree on what the modified crit was for keen weapons?
It's double fives.
Double fives.
Double fives.
Got it. Because I will be swinging the keen hammer on this one.
Yeah.
I will actually give Renyor props on his shot. As I am running across the bar, shield in one hand, hammer in the other. Be like, nice shot. Let's see what this new hammer works like. And I'm gonna get right up next to Sam and take a swing at Gurlack.
Sam is not near. Oh yeah, he is. Sorry, Mary's the one by the other
yep.
one. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Okay, here we go. Oof, that's not a great roll. Yeah, that's probably not. 13.
Against Gurlack,
Yep.
misses.
Damn. But I am within range for something of Sam, so I'm good with that. Mad that shot missed, but it's okay. That'll be my turn.
Okay. And Bowen, you're right up next to Sam. You're fighting Gurlack in the doorway. And I've got Renor on top of a table. Got you. All right. Pippin is up. Bagomir, you're on deck. Pippin, who is taken aback by the ferocity and how quickly this has escalated, you see as he's like, well, I'm sure glad that we heard those rumors. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been prepared. And he pulls out his sword. And he runs at the nearest cloaked orc to him. Which is... And they are... That hits...
Let's go.
Pippin. Not terrible. You see as Pippin wounds another.
Yes.
Okay. So you got 3 of those cloaked orcs that are untouched. 2 of them are wounded. And Gurlack, who is occupying a lot of your time and attention at the moment, is still in the front door. Okay. That's going to be it for Pippin's turn. Bagomir, you're up, and the cloaked orcs are on deck.
All right. So, hearing what Gurlack did speak in common, correct?
He did, yes.
Okay. Interesting. Or I guess I should say spoke in Western, since that's
Western,
the common
yes.
tongue. So, knowing that Pippin is the Took, and definitely not wanting to see him disappear in the fray, Bagomir is going to go towards the orc that Pippin just wounded and sort of maneuver for a flanking position. And we're going to do the first strike with Horseman's Might.
Do it.
Was weird. That is a crit.
Let's go.
my.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, baby.
So that is 1d6 plus 4, and then sneak attack, which has now leveled up for me. I get to use 2d6, so my sneak attack doubles as well. Yes.
All
So,
the dice double.
Let's go.
I am rolling 6d6.
Ooh.
Incredible.
Did I math that correctly?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Cool. Someone stop me before I go too far.
No, you're doing rogue things. Continue.
He's going rogue.
Ew.
Don't touch yourself in that sweet, sweet edge.
Oh, no.
Tim,
Ooh, this
before I forget to let you know, I have a special thing that I saw. It's like a attribute that while I'm wearing close-fitting armor,
Oh,
any
my
critical
goodness.
attack against me becomes a normal attack.
Same.
So if you crit me,
Same.
it's normal. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on there. I
canceling armor
forgot that I took that
for
in my
those,
armor stuff.
Not
and then
boons,
I was
the perks that you guys can
Yep.
choose when you level up. Yeah.
I realized that I took I think it was one of my, I forget what they call it, the craft or whatever, the virtue, whatever it is. I took one that allowed me to have expertise in perception and grant me an additional bonus because I was already proficient in it, so it like stacked for expertise.
Nice.
But I've also just seen that there's a one of those things called like weapon craft or something like that, one of those abilities. And it allows you, if there's a weapon that has, it's a finesse weapon, you can apply your like con and dex and whatever else instead of strength to the attack roll. I didn't know I'd be getting a kick-ass sword whenever I took the perception, and I'm not going to metagame it and be like, ooh, I would love to swap now and have this, then go back because that's lame and not cool. However, knowing Renyor probably knows that there's some stuff, and I would love to discuss with you how I learn the ability to use my dex modifier and gain that ability to use that sword. Because that sword is great, but my strength is a 9 with a -1. So it'd be super dope if I could use my dex to swing that thing instead.
Yep.
But
That's
I didn't
something
mean
we
to-
can talk about.
Yeah, didn't mean to derail the attack, Bagomir. Get in there and beat him down.
22 damage.
Ooh, yeah,
Yes, sir.
baby.
How do you want that
Yeah.
How do you want that goblin to die?
Yeah.
So, Bagomir,
Punk.
he rolls up behind and pops up and he just stabs it and it crumples and he's like, would you mind signing my loot when we're done with this?
Sure.
And then he's going to immediately look for the nearest other orc.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that absolutely just murked that one. Just saying.
Oh, and I didn't even roll with advantage on that for the flanking.
There was no need.
Clearly.
Is that it for you, Bagomir?
No, I'm looking for the nearest other orc.
Yeah. There's another one. It's a little bit away from Pippin, though.
Okay.
It'd be to your left in the bar.
Cool. How far away?
We'll say 20 feet. Yeah, 5
20 feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
20 feet. Believe it or not,
Still-
I have a diagram from me just so I can keep track of all this.
You're good. Still keeping an eye on Pippin. He's gonna go over towards that one. And with his new sword that he got from the troll cave or the troll bridge, I should say, he's going to take a swing at that one. Now, I do not add my proficiency bonus with this, correct? Since it's a bonus action attack? Is it proficiency or dex that I don't add?
I think it's Dex.
Dex. I think. That's my ruling as of the moment. And if I'm wrong, somebody
No,
can
hold on. I think I have a thing in here.
correct me.
2-weapon fighting. Don't add your ability modifier. There we go. So I do add my proficiency, so I just don't add my dex. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was right.
That is absolute garbage. A 9 probably doesn't hit this guy. Yeah,
Does not.
Woof.
They are wearing orc leather, so
Yep.
goblin leather. I'm going to use that interchangeably. So I'm not being clever. I'm not trying to fool you guys.
I just work
I mean,
here.
we agree that it's kind of similar.
Yeah. I mean,
Already.
Tolkien said they were similar, you know?
Who are we to argue with the professor?
I'm not C.S. Lewis, so I'm not taking that up.
Right.
And
I'm not C.S. Lewis. I'm not arguing.
Right. That is all I got.
Okay, well, that's a really good turn. Now, for the orcs in the room. All right, I'm going to say the untouched one. Okay, I've got to... Plus. Okay. Yeah. Renor.
Yes. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen.
You'd think. One of the cloaked goblins comes up behind you while you're standing on the table and takes an attack at you.
And I'm sure it's not at advantage because I can't see him because he's behind me.
We would have to figure some of that out because I did roll stealth for him. However, he has advantage because of something Gurlack did. So...
Right.
And I'm sure it's not the one that I was adjacent to, right?
It is not.
Okay, cool.
This is one that has not been touched. Or approached, even. So the total. Plus 19 total to hit, Renor.
Jesus.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna hit. I don't think I can do anything special about that either.
That is 12 points of slashing damage as a scimitar cuts you from behind.
It's not even a lot. Oh goodness, guys, I'm gonna be fine.
But you're aware that he is there. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty aware, man.
Yep. That was him. The one that Mary, he's just gonna attack Mary. And that is going to hit Mary.
No.
For
Crap.
3 points of slashing damage.
Oh,
I think Mary can take that.
Like he's so small.
That is true, but only 3 slashing. Like he had a worse day at Minas Tirith. So like that's that one. You killed one. Who damaged?
Mary damaged 1. Pippin damaged 1.
The one in front of Pippin
Is the one in front of Pippin is the one that I killed.
is dead.
Blech.
Yeah, okay, so this is a
Right.
fresh one coming up at Pippin. Not sneaky, just coming to attack. Yeah, it's gonna hit. Pippin will take 6 points of slashing.
Ooh.
That would hit a little harder. And the one that is in front of you, Bagomir. It's a 15 total to hit.
Just hits.
Dang. Okay. And that's going to be this math break was brought to you by
STUA Games.
that is 7 points of piercing as this one pulls out a like a javelin-like spear, about a goblin-sized spear, and stabs you with it using 2 hands.
Ooh, that is not nice.
Yeah, that one's a little nasty. But that's it for the orcs. Willow, you are up, and Gurglack's on deck.
Okay, so the little diagram I wrote out here for her next attack is she was going to go to the table that Renor is standing on,
Mm-hmm.
and she was going to try to attack someone from there. But since there's already a goblin there, I'll just attack him.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
that one hasn't been touched yet, so.
with a dagger, I'm gonna roll to attack. Very nice, very nice. And she 17.
17 hits.
Let's
Alrighty.
go.
So then damage, blah blah blah. That's gonna be a 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Nice.
And then she's going to do Rhymes of Lore to Renor, and which basically bardic inspiration for the next minute.
Oh, word.
There you go.
Nice.
Which
So-
is just what's the die?
A
D4?
D6.
Ooh, word. And it's just an extra to anything?
Yes.
What attack rolls or ability checks? I
Okay.
believe.
Ability, attack, or saving throws.
Yeah, it's saving throws. There you go.
Awesome.
And you can even wait until after seeing the roll before deciding to use your lore die.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
And with that, she's just like, "Oh, be careful with drawing attention to yourself." And she's attacking this one.
I think I learned my lesson.
And let me make sure I check that one off. So that's attack, bonus action. And yeah, I think we're good.
Nice. That's a good turn.
Yeah.
Back to the top of the order. We got Gurlack up, Mary on deck.
All right.
Gurlack is
I have
standing
a
there.
question for the group while Tim is rolling there.
Yeah.
Do we know? So my sword is a fell weapon. Is that in the same category as how your thing is a keen weapon? There's different words that have different things. I didn't know where to look
so.
for that in the book. I was looking here.
Spell weapons do additional damage.
Is that the thing that whenever I score a crit, I get the additional die?
That's the keen weapon.
Oh,
Wait,
because that's
hold on.
well, that's on my sword.
Keen-
It says it does
Keen
that.
is the modified crit.
I may be. Hold on. Hold,
So I
please.
didn't mean to throw off your rolls, Tim. I was trying to just find out in between. Because I'm thinking I might swing the sword, but
Moment. I can find us some answers. That was the treasures.
This book check is brought to you by Collected Comics and Games.
Yeah.
You know,
sorry.
whenever you have a question about what's going on in a game, or maybe you don't understand a rule, handbooks are very helpful. And you can get all the handbooks that you need at Collected Comics and Games in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
To be fair, I bought these in Virginia, but collected is very, very helpful.
I have to say, New Comic Book Day as of Wednesday. If you guys haven't read News from the Fallout by Chris Condon, ooh boy, golly!
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I'm gonna go.
I'm
pick
You gotta
that
pick
up.
it up, man.
finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on.
whenever you go by, pick it up, dude. Just grab one.
When you
blown
score
away.
a critical hit with this weapon, you can roll 2 additional weapon damage dice and add them to the extra damage.
And that's what the
Yeah.
fella thing does.
Yes.
Okay, dope.
You-
So I have that written down on my sword. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know that's what fell meant
Yes.
for it. Thank you.
Cannot apply this to a weapon that has the ammunition property, but you can apply it to one piece of ammunition instead that you can choose to expend after you roll the die for the attack roll, but before the lore master tells you whether you hit or miss. You can
Awesome.
always recover this piece of ammunition at the end of the battle.
Okay. Bowen,
Yes.
you're up first.
Oh, okay.
Maybe fortune smiles on you. Hold on.
Let's see.
11. Not as much. That's a total of 19 to hit.
Yep, 19 will hit.
Okay. This was a shield bash.
Oh,
So,
okay.
one moment.
Well, that's just disrespectful.
Yeah, it's just rude, man.
You take 4 points
Okay.
of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Okay, we're good at those.
You are,
Yeah,
but dice can be
can be finicky.
finicky, so we'll see.
Oh, there goes that one. Hey, that's a fine roll right there. Looking like a 17.
That saves. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's a very forceful shield bash to the face. it to you, it's not that it hurt you that much. It was really disrespectful, though.
I give him the old like kung fu movie. Check the lip. Ah, okay.
All right, he's gonna try this trick one more time here.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try it on Sam. Oh no.
So small.
It's
kind of oh no is that?
That does hit.
What's the total, Tim? Because I have a ability I can use as a reaction. It wouldn't have helped me, but I can use it on Sam to help. I have the protection fighting style, so I can add +2 to Sam's armor class if I am within 5 feet of him and wielding a shield.
So, this is what happens. You see him going for the exact same trick on Sam. And this time, instead of it bopping him in the head, your shield meets his.
I will say to him in Orc, that trick doesn't work twice.
Nice.
Shout out Floyd.
Yeah, protection fight styles where it's at,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Hell yeah.
You see his almost like a defiant snarl comes across his face. And that's it for his turn right now. Mary is going to go at the one that's harassing him. Gosh, I'm rolling well for everybody. That's going to hit. That's 5 more points of damage. Yeah, so you just see Mary's just carving up this goblin in the corner. Sam is up. Oh, I didn't notice that. Sting has the keen feet as well.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Okay, that's not great. 9 plus 16. That will miss. Sam does not hit Gurlack. All right. Renor, you're up. Bowen, you're on deck.
Okay, so from where I'm at, which is in a bad position.
You're standing on a table, and you have a goblin right behind you that sliced you in the back.
Yeah. So from a statistical standpoint, I'm winning. This worked out exactly how I wanted it to. Problem is, now it sucks. Problem is, he did half my health in one hit, and now I'm not scared. Come on, me scared? No, but I would like to call a strategic retreat. If such words would even be appropriate to apply here. So I'm on a table, and it's safe to say there's other tables.
Yes.
Being proficient in acrobatics as I am, an elf and all, I would love to try and jump to a different table, perhaps one a little further spaced away from this goblin, so that I may retaliate with a well-placed bow shot. And I'm willing to invoke an attack of opportunity to get away from him to do some table hoppage.
Okay, this is going to be fun, but you have an opportunity to have like a Lord of the Rings maneuver here.
Okay.
I so look forward to this. Give me your acrobatics roll.
Yes. Yikes. It's not even that bad, dude. That's fine, man. Yikes. Let's see. 14?
14. That's good enough.
Okay.
So, here's the next trick, and I gotta do some rolls myself here. Plus, yeah. Okay. And the other one. There's no way. Yeah, no, I just got there 2 different ways. Okay. You got 1 attack of opportunity as you acrobat away here. 16 to hit.
Oh, that's meets it beats it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 16.
Rats.
Yeah.
I gave it disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
I rolled 16 twice.
If I was thinking about it, I would have used my extra from Bardic. Or whatever, I don't remember what it's called, the Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah. You can't use it to up an AC. Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be
my
badass
my
if you
roll
could
to
do
do
it.
an acrobatics check. I don't know if
Yeah.
there was an outcome there where I do a better acrobatics check and don't invoke an attack.
Well, that was. I'm still gonna give you a thing. So here's what happens.
Yeah, let's go. Dice tell a story, baby. Come on.
Basically, I'm gonna say that you Legolas your way over to a
I'm
table
looking for.
across the bar. It is the table that Mary and Pippin were standing on.
Okay.
And basically, you walk and you kind of hop walk on the top of the chairs and just across the room. There's one swipe that catches your leg, doing 6 points of slashing damage.
I don't know. It's not that much.
As a goblin scimitar takes a swipe at you as your.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah. Okay. So that we're fine. We're good. We're chilling.
But just for setting the table's sake, Willow, that's the goblin that's in front of you now.
So, Renyor is gonna, he gets hit and it's like, oh man. So jumping and impossibly light on his feet, just looks like he's tapping across the tops of these chairs.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna land, and as I kind of get hit and get to my other table, get some ground, just, whew. All right. I'm gonna turn around. And I want to shoot this guy in the face.
The one that took a swipe at you?
Oh yeah, I would love to shoot him in the face.
Do it.
Would be incredible if I could just shoot that guy right in the face.
Get a little revenge.
So
in that
here's
turn.
the problem
Let's
with that is
You're out of ammo.
Right.
darn it.
see. That never happens.
Once per turn is the full rotation, correct? I can use, because my mighty shot is once per turn. Can I use that where it's the roll the damage die, subtract that from my to hit? It
Yes.
says once per turn. That's a full rotate, so it's
Once
refreshed,
per turn.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so I would like to say I forgot to declare I wanted to use it, and I rolled. It does say before I roll, can I have it? I would love to roll that.
I will
D8
give it to
subtract
you.
Thank you. I got
I will give
excited
it to
and rolled, and then didn't.
Hey man. Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 1. Dope. So I get to subtract 1 from my
Nice.
to hit. The
That's
issue is that I rolled 2 3s and a 1. So while that's not a crit fail, I don't think that a 14 is going to be enough to hit.
It just misses.
So what I would like to do is use my elven skill that lets me obtain a magical success twice per long rest because I have proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Let's
And
go.
then I'm going to shoot this guy in the face for 3d8 plus 3.
got it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, he has that 3d8 plus 3 every turn now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah! Oh my goodness, that's so much damage. Okay. Sorry, let's
Getting them smites roll out of you.
dude, I gotta bring out a calculator.
Oh wow.
That's when you know it.
I'm right here.
Cody's insulted.
23 damage.
How do you want him to die?
Yeah! I rolled an 8, a 5, and a 7.
Jeez.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. I'll give you the flavor on it. How would you like to do this?
So again, impossibly light on his feet. I'm talking, like walking on water. Just tap 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 tap. Just sprinting across them. I'm gonna land, plant, spin, and land. Kind of give myself a all right. That sucks, man. And then spin back and just locked in and just send it.
Send it.
I know it's going right here, and I know that. I just
Yep.
zero effort. Bam.
So
I was trying to hit
basically-
the other guy. I wanted
Yeah.
these dudes to attack me. That was the plan. hey, let's not hit civilians. Come on, hey, you got something to do. You want to put it over here? And then that hurts. And honestly, I would have rather the civilians took these hits. This sucks. You know?
Cinematically, how this will play out is, basically, you Legolas your way on the top of these chairs. There's a scimitar swipe at you that kind of cuts at your leg as you're going across. You get to the table, set, knock the arrow, let it go, and basically first-person view of the arrow as it's flying through the air, and then
Oh yeah,
right between
Sniper
the
Elite
eyes.
style, just right in the face.
Yeah, that's a good kill right there.
And so, you know, just boom, I'm holding it, and it goes. I'm gonna hold my bow, kind of. Man, hey,
Willow,
kind of just like
basically,
hands on my
you got a
knees, you know,
front-
leaned over, like
You got a front seat view of this, basically.
like winded. Yeah, just like, oh, what man? All right.
Basically,
Why?
Yeah. What
And
do you
then
got
I'm
back
going-
here?
Why is Renyor just the most Gen Z elf?
Oh
I was
man.
born in 2002.
All right.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna just like hands on my knees. I'm pant like, all right. And then I would love to use my bonus action for my surge of vigor to once per short or long rest use it to do a whole lot of stuff. But in this case, regain 1d8 plus 4 health.
Very well done. Very well
I
done.
rolled a 6 plus 4. I'm gonna regain 10. So you know he's like, whoa, man, catch his breath. All right, hey, time back in, boys. I'm good. All right, let's go. And I'm just gonna stay standing on the table. I'm there, you know.
He's a strange fella.
Tell me that elves
Say that.
are J.R.R. Tolkien's favorite race without telling me that elves are J.R.R. Tolkien's favorite race.
Okay, that's
Jesus.
a heck of a turn, Renor.
Ooh, let's go.
Bowen, you
Yes.
are up. Pippin's on deck.
Alrighty. We're going to take another swing at Gurlack with the hammer.
The hammer.
Come on. Where's the guy when we
7,
need him?
Right. 9. Alright. If it suits the party, I know this isn't going to hit. I would love to use a fellowship point to reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good for me. I was thinking I wanted to use one, but I knew I had magical success.
Because that one's definitely going to miss. But that
I'll
one's
only
a
let
crit.
you use it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
I was gonna say I'll only
Yes,
let
sir.
you use it if you roll a crit.
That's 2 5s and a 1 on the keen weapon,
Let's go.
which I didn't get to do this last turn because I missed. Bowen gets to roll an extra D8 damage from his ability. Hold on, where'd it go? It is called Foe Hammer. Once per turn, I can hit a creature with a weapon attack and roll 1 additional weapon damage die, as long as it is not at its max HP.
It isn't. He's not.
All right. So what does that equate to? 4d8?
It does.
Let's go,
Oh, yeah.
baby. Where's? Oh no, I can't find my other d8.
Out here with Glamdring.
Where'd you go, baby? All right. Seven, 8, 10, 18. 24 points of damage
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. The numbers just keep getting higher.
as Bowen says this time in Western, my turn, and just levels this new hammer right into the left hip of Gurlack, because he's significantly shorter, so
Yeah.
he doesn't
So
quite get the
basically-
headshot.
I'm gonna give you just for like the cinematic view,
Mhm.
like you get like a short like parry move to knock the shield out of the way,
Yep.
and then you swing the hammer back around.
That's a good one.
Beautiful.
Right
and he definitely bellows out in pain. You said it hit like the side.
Oh yeah,
or
right in the I
hip?
mean, like if the hip bone was a nail and just driving a hammer through it.
Yeah. You just it definitely it's smarted.
This time an orc. Oh, did that hurt?
Nice.
And that'll be my turn. That's
Pip.
I don't think I have a bonus. Nope, I don't have a bonus action.
No bonus?
I'm good.
Okay. Pippin is up. Bagomir, you're on deck. Pippin. Well, let's attack the orc that's in front of him. No.
What is that supposed to mean?
Is Pippin about to kill an orc?
No. I rolled 4 ones.
Oh,
Sway.
no.
That's no good, man.
So, do we get our fellowship point back?
Does the
All of them,
DM get to
apparently,
use
like,
does
I don't-
Pippin
I
get
don't
to use
know.
a fellowship point?
No, because I don't get threat points or anything. So, like, okay, Pippin's gonna Pippin apparently.
Oh my gosh.
So like,
Ooh, the took.
he's kind of seeing the tide
me
of
to
the
it.
battle turn for you guys. So Pippin's kind of got like, you see, this always happens. You think the orcs would learn by now, and he takes a swing, but like he doesn't. He like overcommits, and so he doesn't make contact. The blade doesn't get to the orc. His wrist hits the shoulder of the orc, and basically it gives him a stinger, basically, and he drops his blade. And he's just like, he went for an attack and he found a piece of armor on the shoulder with his wrist. That's where I'm going with that. Okay, Pippin's gonna Pippin. That's it for his turn.
Kind of like peering over the orc in front of him's shoulder. Bagomir sees this. He's like, "Hi, that tracks."
Okay, Bagomir, you're up. The cloaked orcs are on deck.
So the orc in front of him, I'm going to use, because everybody else has been getting to use their cool new features. I haven't used mine yet. I'm going to use my weak spot feature. I need the orc in front of me to make a dexterity stealth check. And that's going to be contested with my own perception wisdom check.
So just a dex check. Okay. That, I'm just, wow. It's not good.
So I rolled a 17.
Um, 11.
Cool. So for the next minute, or until I successfully use that feature on a different target, I can use my sneak attack against that target, even if I don't have advantage on the attack roll, as long as I don't have disadvantage on it.
Ooh, okay.
So then, taking a good old swipe with the trusty new keen weapon. Let's see if I can strike lightning twice. I cannot, but does a 15 hit?
It just hits.
Nice. So I am going to use my new sneak attack damage. So that is going to be 3d6 plus 3 damage.
Nice. And this one hasn't been touched yet. I don't have any damage for him yet.
13 damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
And since I already used my bonus action for my cool thing, I don't get to do a secondary attack. but I am going to skirt around him and juxtapose myself between him and Pippin.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Nice. The orcs are up. Willow, you're on deck. Okay. So we will start. No, Willow, the orc in front of you died. That's okay. This is the one still fighting Mary. $11 plus 14, 15, which will hit Mary. And not a whole lot of damage, though. That's 6 slashing to Mary. Okay, so Mary's got a couple cuts, but he's still up. He's still doing okay. The orc...
Meat's not back on the minis yet.
No. Orc in front of Pippin, because he just is laughing at Pippin, because Pippin dropped his weapon.
Well, that's rude.
Ooh.
Don't pretend like Raynor wouldn't do the same.
I would. Definitely would.
14 plus... yeah, that'll hit. That's a 1d6.
Oh, there's the D8 I was looking for.
Dang. That's 8.
Did you find the droid you were looking for, too?
I found both the D8 and the D10 I was
Okay.
looking for.
I'm going to put it this way. Pippin looks hurt.
Oof.
Oh, dear.
How far away is Pippin from where Willow is?
You're on the other side of the bar from him.
Hmm.
Because basically Raynor did like an acrobatics check to like basically, you know, Legolas his way to the other side of the room. So like you've got good 60 feet. 50 feet, I'll call it. 60 is kind of big for a bar.
Cool beans.
Yeah. Okay. That's that one. The one that's in front of you, Bagomir. That's the last one. Yeah, he ain't got much left. Yeah. Ooh, that's a crit.
No, it's not.
Because?
Because I have close-fitting armor.
You do. But it does hit.
So because
that
you're
it
wearing
does.
skinny jeans, it doesn't crit?
First of all, if I wanted to get attacked, I would put myself in the mat, okay?
So it's regular.
But yes, skinny jeans are cool. At one point in time.
There you go.
7 points of slashing damage, Bagomir.
Okay, that's definitely not as bad as I could have been.
Yeah.
I'm still not as bad off as Raynor and Mary are.
Yeah, that would have been like...
I'm doing a little better, but it's not great.
Yeah. I feel like it's a fairly even thing. I think, you know.
Well, for the amount of damage I've done, I've definitely... For the amount of damage I have dealt, I'm okay where my health is at now.
Willow, you are up. Gurlack is
You're
on
a
deck.
KDR looking solid.
Let's see here. Is there any enemies immediately near me?
Not immediately near you. The closest one would be Gurlack, which you see Samwise and Bowen still fighting in the doorway.
Okay.
You see one, basically all the other orcs on the other side of the Green Dragon. One's in front of Bagomir, one's in front of Pippin, one's in front of Mary.
Okay. Just because she would like to keep a distance and use her short bow. Feel like that would be a good idea. And
If it does influence your decision, remember that Mary is looking very much hurt right now.
Pippin is looking hurt right now.
I thought you said Mary is looking hurt. Pippin dropped his sword, or did I?
you're right.
Or is it all on Pippin?
I'm saying Mary, he's taken a few hits. Pippin has dropped his sword.
My apologies.
Pippin is barely standing, is what I...
Pippin is boned right now. Okay, there we go.
Okay, I'm going to move closer to Pippin. Full movement, which I believe is 30.
Sure.
That doesn't reach him, correct?
No.
No. That's fine. Am I near where his weapon was dropped?
No, it was dropped basically at his feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move up and then shoot at the enemy that's immediately in front of him.
In front of Pippin, you got it.
Cool beans. Roll some dice. Alrighty. That's gonna be 16.
16 hits. Roll some damage.
All right. Very nice. It's going to be at 7 points of damage.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to see. We're not taking short rests right now, so I don't think I can use that one. But could I possibly give Pippin Rhymes the Floor as well?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to give him some Rhymes the Floor to like help him out in this instance.
So basically, Pippin gets a bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Do you
Gonna
have
give
anything in particular in mind, or just...
What do you mean?
Like, what do you say to him?
What do you say to him? Yeah.
You've gone through too much to stop now. What are you doing?
Okay.
It's the first thing I can come up with my
So
head.
Pippin gets a D6.
Yep, he gets a D6, and as movement, action, bonus action, we are done.
You got it. That's a good turn. We're going back to the top of the list once again.
And
I
would like to.
Oh, what do you got?
So I just wanted to ask before. I don't know what everybody's thoughts on the matter are, but you know, it'd probably be a good idea to talk to Gurlack. Talk, whatever you want to call it. We need some answers. You know, that means we probably have to detain him. Yeah, that's probably kind of a big ask.
I think that's something that you should have discussed before the game or during your turn.
Cool. Then by all means.
So
I can't promise that Bowen won't let this man walk out of here, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So I just hear Rinyor saying, how did Gurlack put it? Take the took, kill the rest.
yeah.
So Rinyor is just like, take Gurlack, kill the rest.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we'll see. Back to the top of the order. Gurlack's up. Mary's on deck. Okay. What do I want to do? That's probably what I'll do. Okay. We're going to multi-attack here. First one's going at Bowen. Man, I swear I've been dropping dice all night. I don't think this matters for you either, but I crit.
I also have the special armor. What's it called again? Close fitting.
Close fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all saw Homeboy from episode 1 get got by the crit, and we all said no, not happening.
No, thank you.
Yeah. That's fair. And but this will hit. This is going to be just his scimitar.
Alrighty. pretty con heavy, so I think I'll be mostly okay.
7 points of slashing damage, Bowen.
Yeah, I'm good.
And ranged attack.
Ranged attack.
Yeah.
I don't like this game.
You're really not going to like it.
Yes,
It will be at disadvantage because he's being harassed. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But he's pretty good at this, so we shall see. And I've been rolling well up till then. Actually, that's not too bad. That's probably going to be the lower. Yeah, it was. So that's plus 5 to... Oh, shoot. Okay. Bagomir. 17 to hit.
Roll up my new character, guys.
I wish
You're
this was
the
in
closest-
melee. I could have blocked it.
I want you to know
Frustrates
that
me.
even though you were the closest to Pippin, I was like, I'm going to roll for it and see if he's mad at someone else. And I rolled to you. So, this spear attack that you saw, as I recall, it took out your ranger friend in the very first episode.
It did, in fact.
Yeah.
We've already seen
the
one
last
ranger
person
die.
who took this sword attack, or who took this spear attack, I'm holding his sword.
Oh, no. Oh, that's,
You think
7
it's a curse on the sword?
plus.
Well, we figured out what the curse was.
Yeah.
Spears are magnetized to you.
That's a...
Hey, dude, you want this super awesome sword, but like you're gonna get stabbed in the chest with a spear?
That is 9 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, dude, why not?
9
9.
Yeah,
As
is
at disadvantage. In between Samwise and Bowen, you just see this orc arm with an arrow sticking out of it. Phew. And a spear flies through the air across the green dragon and kind of gets you, I'll say, in the back right shoulder, Bagomir.
Spear.
9
was
is
his
the amount
bad
of damage I take, and 9 is now the amount of health I have left.
word.
I was about to ask how you looking, dog, but that answers my question. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
But that's all he can do because he took an attack at Bowen and he did. That's it. That's all he's got. Mary is up. Sam is on deck. Mary, come on, man. That's better, Mary. 12 plus. So the goblin in front of Mary is barely standing, but it is up. Sam and Renor, you're on deck. Sam's
Lord.
gonna attack Gurlack. Sam's not... What's that? 8, 10, plus 17 total. But Gurglack's going to use his reaction to parry the shot. So, basically, you see this really true strike from Samwise. His sting is going to basically aiming for the head, but at the last second, Gurglack's shield comes up and deflects it. Renor, you're up. Bowen, you're on deck.
So, I was meandering around the point earlier. What I'm getting at is, shall we see if LOTR can help us detain Gurlack? Shall we see if we can't? Can we not call upon her?
Nope, because somebody used one of our fellowship
Yeah,
points.
that was my
Nobody's-
follow-up. Hey, no, you're good. That was my follow-up. Was we have to have all of them.
Yep.
You did ask.
But
You did ask. Yeah.
I remembered that Mary rolled like 4 ones, but that's also not our party, so I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll roll a whole bunch of ones when I go to attack this turn, and we'll just be all right.
Right.
I'll roll a whole bunch of ones and then use my magical success, and we'll be cool, man. Because I don't know how we're gonna get this big dude to at least answer a couple questions before we kill him. I'm in the camp of killing. You know, I'm all down, but I think we ought to know a couple things first. So let's yeah. How many our little dudes, our lackeys,
Oh,
how many are
little
still
dudes.
left around?
You got 3 little dudes left.
Okay.
One's in front of Mary. It's barely standing.
Mm-hmm.
One's in front of Pippin. It's been hit, but it's still up. And there's one in front of Bagomir, which has been wounded.
Yes, and which one, Mary or Pippin, is the one that's getting beat all up right now?
Pippin is the one who's in
dire
he's in trouble.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like he's barely standing and his blade's on the ground.
They're gonna take man. They're taking somebody alive, but I know that person isn't gonna be Bagomir, so I guess I'll take a shot at the goblin next to Bagomir.
Okay. Let's make it happen.
I don't think I like him or anything. He's an all right duet. Okay, don't get any ideas here.
We haven't been playing long enough to ship anything yet.
Son of a darn it. Would you let me have my mighty shot? Can I roll and subtract it? I keep forgetting to declare it
Did
before
you call it?
I did not before I rolled. So it specifically says before I roll. You let me have it last time. I get it if you don't this time. I need to declare.
I kind of gave it to you the last time.
Okay.
I think this one is going to have to be a normal.
That's all good because it's
Just-
definitely gonna hit.
Not to punish, but just you got to remember to do that.
Because it literally before I make an attack with a ranged weapon, plain and simple right there. I gotta call it.
The way I look at it, it's kind of like smite. You know, just call it beforehand. That's all.
Word.
Well, actually, shoot. You don't even have to do that for
Smite,
smite.
I was gonna say smite.
You can call
I was gonna
after
say what?
any battle
hold on.
master tactic you have to call before.
Battle Master Tactics. That's the one. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna just move past.
No, you're
it.
right. You're right.
I was gonna say,
Um,
what in the 1D&D are you talking about?
Okay.
Right.
20 to hit.
I hate that rule. What was the hit? I'm sorry, 20?
20 to hit.
Oh, yeah. That hits
Yeah.
whatever you want to hit in this room.
1d8 plus 3. There we go. That's an 8 plus 3. 11.
11?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
There we go.
No!
I'm gonna. I'll turn, and like so. I'm up on the table. I'm looking, and I turn, and I see them. We got goblins all around. They're standing over our hobbit friends, and then I turn and I see Bagomir getting the crud kicked out of him, which typical. And so I see that, and so I turn back and I see Gurlack. I'm like, oh man, it's like that other arm looking mighty tasty. But if I let him, if one of his hands gets cut off, he's not gonna be able to play the lute anymore, and whatever. So I turn and just hesitantly knock an arrow, and again, just effortless. It's like he doesn't care. He's gonna just turn and just let one. The only enemy that has given him any sort of trouble, and he's been hit. I mean, he's been hurt by these little guys. He doesn't care about them. Gurlack is scary, but these guys are just a necessary thing to be eliminated, and apparently some of our party can't handle that. And so I'll turn and knock an arrow, let it loose, hit him, back of the neck, just straight through and through, if you're familiar with The Walking Dead. So let's just go with that, and then I'll yell over to Bagomir and be like, I think that's 3 of my hits connected. I'm pretty sure that you've just been a magnet for getting hits connected tonight, man. I'd like to see a little bit more effort in the party,
Spear
pal.
sticking out of his shoulder.
Spear still in your shoulder.
I've got gaping wounds in my back.
The spear is sticking out of his shoulder. He is about to swing his sword, and then the goblin falls down. And he hears Rhaenyra say that. He's like, I was about to take back half the bad things I thought about you. Now I'm adding on all the things that Bowen thinks.
Hey, Ranger, 3 ball.
Wow.
And then
man.
I'm gonna stay on top of my table. If you would even allow me, I don't know what it takes to taunt, but I would like Gurlack's attention. I mean,
Well, you did a lot of yelling at Bagomir.
Oh yeah. I've been making an ass of myself on this table up here.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm looking for
say,
some consequences to my
if you're
actions.
trying to taunt, you only have a finite amount of time in your turn. So,
okay.
Yeah,
and I
maybe the
used it to
next one.
taunt Bagomir. See.
Yeah.
Fine by me. Let's.
Yeah.
I'll stay on the table. I'm looking
yeah.
for some trouble.
Okay. That's a good turn, Renor. Bowen, you're up. Pippin is on deck.
Right.
Poor guy.
I've been holding out on this. Is there a way for Bowen to flank around Gurlack and be lined up with Sam? Rats.
Well, now I take that back. We could do some rolls, but basically you're gonna have to get on the other side of the doorway. So like, you could do an opposed strength roll. Like you could grapple here. You could. I'll even give you like an athletics roll if you want to like bull charge and try to shoulder your way through to get to the other side. I would say you'll take an attack of opportunity to do so. But like, there's a couple things we can do if you want to try.
All right.
But basically, he's taken up a doorway, and he's like defending the doorway so nobody can get out.
Pushing past him, would that cost me an action?
Yes.
Rats. Well, then it's not worth it.
I was hoping to rules lawyer something, but specifically it says that it's only halflings, or he has to be 2 sizes larger than you.
Right.
Right.
Scoot under him. No.
I'm willing to let you roll for it, but it will cost you an action.
No, I'm not gonna waste the action.
Okay.
I was trying to give myself advantage for this next shot. All right. One more question, I promise, and then I'm gonna
good.
roll my attack. How's Sam looking? Is he beat up or is he just scuffed?
He's beat up, but not as beat up as Pippin.
All right, fine. Then I will stick with what's working. I'm not gonna alter the formula here, and I'm gonna roll a big shot with a keen hammer. Hold on, gotta make sure these dice are rolling good. Come on, baby.
To your credit, he doesn't have a reaction, so. I used it on that turn.
8. That's definitely gonna miss again. All right, well, you guys mind me burning one more fellowship point? Because that's
Go
gonna
for it.
miss. I already know it's gonna miss.
Burning another fellowship point.
Where we at? 4 now?
Burn, baby, burn.
And that's worse. I rolled the exact same thing, except last time I rolled 5-2-1. This time I rolled 4-2-1. Damn it.
Well,
Yeah. So,
he's a tough son of a gun. You know, he has a name tag, so.
right. Yeah, 4-2-1.
He's not just a red shirt.
No,
It'd be a 13. Yeah, that's definitely gonna miss.
that misses. Yes.
Fine.
Dang. And he didn't even have a reaction. I could not make his AC go up again on that
Yeah,
turn.
it just.
Yeah. Okay.
I was hoping that second roll would get me another 5.
Sorry, Bowen.
It's fine.
Wait,
The,
Gurlack the Destroyer is not a jobber? What?
Right? Oh shoot! It's like he's the final boss of this season. Anyway, Pippin's up. Bagomir, you're on deck. Well, Pippin's gonna use. He's gonna pick his weapon back up. I'm going to say that Pippin shuffles. He doesn't want to get out of melee range with this goblin in front of him. But he's trying to, like, make room for for Willow to come help him or whatever, or somebody to come help him. He's gonna take an attack. And Pippins, and he crits. Okay.
But success or fail?
Success.
Okay.
He
You say
Pippins.
Pippins. It could go either way.
He Pippins. Plus. It's a good hit. Bam. So, baby, you see this time in Pippin, kind of like what happened at Minas Tirith. He's ticked off now because he's been kind of, looked like a fool here. And so this time he's like, ah! And he just slices at this goblin, wounding it grievously. It is hurt. He didn't even need his inspiration, which he still has. Okay, Bagomir, you're up. And the remaining small orcs are on deck.
Alrighty then. So Bagomir is the orc in front of him is kaput. Yes.
Correct.
All right. So the only remaining small orcs
There
are
are
on
two.
Mary and Pippin.
Mary and Pippin, yes.
And if I recall correctly, Willow, or how damaged is the one that's on Pippin?
He's looking rough.
Okay, cool. Is there a world in which I can get to both of them?
No, you gotta choose.
Fair. Alright, so here's what we gonna do. Because Pippin is definitely looking the worst for wear, Bagomir is going to, run up, and we just gonna Louisville Slugger, except not really because he's he's doing this one-handed.
Okay. I'm gonna say with just a full-on battle happening in a bar here, just give me a dexterity saving throw. I want to see if you can maneuver without tripping over something, or it's a little bit of a rough terrain now with a full-blown battle happening in a bar. So
we don't get it discounted as rough terrain. Okay. I'm sad now.
it's not going to be super high. I just want to, as long as you don't crit fail, you should be fine.
Have you met me? 5, 6, 7, 8, 13.
Yeah, easy. You're fine.
Okay.
Go up and attack
Cool.
him.
Cool. Rolling up and swing bada. That is. Why can I not math all of a sudden? This is what I get for talking trash earlier. A 14 is not going to hit on that one.
Will not, no.
So, bonus action time. Keen short sword. Going
Do
at
it.
it. Right. Okay, well, that misses. 9, 11
You need a
plus
15.
2. Yeah, that 13 does not hit.
Nope.
You know what? I'm just gonna burn the point. We've been running through them. Let's burn it. Let's just burn the point.
Okay.
I believe we're at
Use the
4
Ex
now.
Machina, so
Yeah,
Right?
there you go. That takes you down to 3 fellowship points.
yep. Unless he just got one back.
Dice tell a story. Dice tell a story. Dice tell a story. Dice tell a story. Okay, next.
Okay. Sorry.
I rolled another 13.
I'm sorry.
Deacon is back.
That's frustrating.
With a
Well,
vengeance, apparently.
The 2 orcs are up. Willow, you're on deck. Okay. The one in front of Pippin is I'm going to say, because of the intent of the original attack, this is non-lethal. Yeah, that'll plus 4. Yeah.
Plus
Okay,
stuff.
so what happens is the goblin in front of Pippin, you see as he slices with the scimitar, but it's the flat end of the blade, and
Pink.
Pippin goes Pippin goes down unconscious. The one in front of Mary. Yes. Daggone. Same roll. That will hit. And okay. Mary is looking hurt.
That's no good.
I didn't realize that those their HP isn't super high. I didn't think they'd be that much trouble. That's it for the orcs. Willow, you're up. Gurlack's on deck.
Alrighty. Man. So wish I could hear like a cleric right now. Been trying to figure out if I want to move closer or keep distance.
Excuse me.
How far? Oh, well, I should be about 30 feet from them.
You're 20 feet, actually.
20 feet. Okay. Are Mary and Pippin near one another?
Near, but there's like, if you were looking at a map, there's like 10 feet in between them.
Is it possible to, hopefully I'm saying this right, flank one of my party members, but also try to get the one that is attacking Pippin or about to kidnap him at this point?
You wouldn't be flanking with anybody because Pippin would be unconscious.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's not deemed a threat.
Right. But they're definitely going to kill Mary, and that's not cool. Okay, I'm going to move up so I can help Mary.
Okay.
So at this point, I'll be switching from short bow to dagger. Very nice, very nice. Let's do some math. It's going to be 14.
14. Misses.
No. Well, I have one more Rhymes of War yet, and I could use it for Mary to help him out just in case. Because I really want him to get out of here. So I am going to go on and use that for him as well.
Okay, so basically, a bardic inspiration from Mary?
Yes.
You got it.
Going to make sure that the travelers leave out of here alive.
You got it. And that will end your turn, Willow?
Yep, that's going to end my turn.
We're back to the top of the order. We have Gurlack and Mary. What's his movement look like? Okay. Gurlack is going to make a tough decision here. He is going to attempt to run past Sam. And he will absorb the attack of opportunity from Samwise. And he is going to attempt to dash across. Willow and Renor standing on the table. Willow and Renor, you will both have melee attacks of opportunity.
What about
along with
Bowen?
Sam? You're on one side, Sam's on the other, and he took a route.
Well, I'm saying if he's leaving my area, would I not get an attack as well? even if he is going past Sam.
All right. Yeah.
Unless
he would.
Okay.
So Bowen,
Mm-hmm.
Willow, Renor, and Sam are going to get attacks of opportunity.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
But by the way, he's dashing for Pippin's unconscious body.
Yep.
Can I add my cleric bardic
Yeah.
inspiration? Well, sorry, bardic inspiration was
For
what I
this,
meant
yes,
to say.
yes.
'Cause I didn't know how
Everybody-
long it had been because I know I have it and I've been forgetting to use it on my turn.
Yes.
It said
So-
for the next minute, but we haven't gone through 10 rounds.
Yep.
Alright.
So
So I used it
You're
and
good.
still rolled a 1. So
I'm gonna go for something bold here. I'm gonna forego the shield and do a two-handed swing.
Okay. Two-handed swing. Dropping the shield.
and just because I haven't rolled this in a hot minute, so I feel like I'm forgetting. Advantage is 4 die.
correct.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure because I was like, I haven't done this in a hot minute.
So I have a question. Whenever
Yeah.
I rolled my extra die for my extra, thing, I rolled a 1, which brings my total of dice rolled is 4 total, but 2 1s. Does that count as a crit fail? Because
No.
it wasn't in the original 3, but I rolled the extra. Okay.
Not unless
word.
you're rolling at disadvantage. Is that it? Where the 2 1s count as that?
Yeah, well, it would be anything 3 and under doesn't count.
3. No, yeah, that's correct. 3
Yes,
and
in
under
this case, I just wasn't sure if it was
at
a crit fail
disadvantage,
because
that's a crit
anything would.
fail.
Cool.
Yeah, so a crit fail, you have to roll 3 1s.
Oh, I thought it was
or
only
in
2.
this case, 4 1s.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
the system balances itself in our favor in that regard.
Yes, it's
Yes.
2 6s for crit success,
Yes.
3 1s for a crit fail.
Yep.
I believe is.
Which is why, like,
Yes.
Pippin dropped his sword earlier, because I rolled 4 1s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll do the first person that would get a shot at him, which would be Bowen.
I assume 15 misses.
15 does miss. Sam. I got to roll for Sam. 1 second. Sam's going to hit. That's 23 total. That'll hit.
Jeez.
Okay. Sam hits him. Sting takes a slice out of this guy, and he's charging like a linebacker straight for Pippin's unconscious body. The next person would be Willow. Willow, you get a melee attack of opportunity.
Yes. So according to my rolls and math, I have 20.
That'll hit regardless of what I do. Yep. Roll some damage, Willow.
Oh, nice. That's max damage for 6.
Nice. And what did you attack him with?
I attacked him with my dagger.
Nice. Okay. So Sam and Willow both take cuts out of this huge, hulking mass of muscle as it's running through. Renor, you were the last person. Who
Yeah, I
could
got
get
a
swipe.
15 as well.
15
not gonna
will
hit.
not hit.
Yeah.
So he makes it over to Pippin's unconscious body. However, he dashed. So that's all he can do.
Ooh.
That's
How
all.
tall is he?
Gurlack?
Yes.
About the size of Lurtz. If you remember him from Fellowship, he's like what, 6'6.5", almost 6'8", something like that.
Okay.
Basically, the idea was that this goblin is like Urukai size. He was much big and much more bigger and jacked than the average goblin.
I'm just trying to determine how terrifying the sight that Bagomir is seeing right now, because he just basically ran up on Bagomir too.
Yeah.
Well, the gentleman that played one of the orcs is roughly about 6'2", 6'3", so
Yeah. So
shout out to John Toohey.
Ew.
yeah. So I'll give him like 6'5". It's a menacing
I was
goblin.
gonna say,
I'll
that's
say
a
that.
big dude.
Bagamir's just standing there, like a blade in each hand, and a spear still hanging from his shoulder. Like,
It's not
I
that tall.
can do this.
But that's its turn. Mary is up. Sam's on deck. Mary is going to attack the goblin that's standing in front of him. That's barely up.
You got this, Mary.
Don't forget your bardic inspiration.
10. He needs that with a total of 10. 12. That misses.
Rip.
Mary misses. Sam. What's his movement? 25. Sam can double back, but he only gets about halfway through the room. That's all he can do. I don't think he has a... Nope. That's all I gave him was Sting. That's it for Sam. Renor, you're up. Bowen, you're on deck.
Okay. I mean, if he's running past, we've got how many other goblin lackeys left? Two?
Two,
By my count?
and
Cool.
Gurlack.
Yes.
And
If Gurlack's
is-
making a beeline for Mary, right?
Gurlack is
Or Pip.
standing over unconscious Mary.
Okay.
Along with one of the goblin minions.
Unconscious Pippin.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it Pippin
Yes.
or Mary?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Pippin.
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 Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought.
Actually, yeah, thank you for that. You see Gurlack and one of the smaller goblins standing next to him over an unconscious Pippin.
And
I'm
Bagamir's
gonna-
there too.
I'm gonna
And
knock an
Agamir.
arrow and get ready to send it at Gurlack because these blackies have not posed an issue. I'm more worried about him getting a hold on him. I will mighty shot though, so I will roll my damage die.
There you go.
There you go.
Let's do it.
-6. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Ooh.
That's not gonna be great.
That's
Come on.
tough.
I'm gonna roll crit success.
Let's go.
That's 2 6s and a 1. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So the -6 doesn't matter.
I don't guess so. I mean I can
You
still
crit.
add it up. Okay, cool.
Crit,
That's,
crit,
that's
crit.
what I thought. That's what I thought. I just want to make
And
sure.
now-
Awesome. Then in
Hell
that
yeah.
case, yeah, don't even have to take magical success or nothing. Let me
Yeah.
roll 3d8. That's what we like to see. Um 21 damage.
How would you like to do this?
Yes. Is it? Did we? Okay. Is it a kill shot? I guess I'll just ask.
That's what I'm asking. How would you like him to
Okay,
die?
okay.
Like Gurlack
so-
will be no more after this. How
Okay.
does he die?
If he's running away, he booking it that way. Clearly, some desperation to get Pippin and just. I don't know if it. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, his audio cut out.
Yeah.
As he's trying to-
No,
Yeah.
we were doing so good.
That's only twice tonight.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, but we're okay. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Everything was going so well. So I'll give you a little bit of cinema just for the kill shot.
yeah.
We'll say that in the moment, Gurlack had ran over and he's picking up the unconscious body of Pippin. He's got him like in his hands, and then you.
So with his back to me, he's picking him up. Again, I've noticed, a weakness in the armor, and I'm gonna just use my. I mean, I don't know, man. Give me something crazy. I noticed that underneath, like over here, there's a weakness through the side, and I like bank a shot off a chair or something up into his heart, and
Okay, I got
Just-
you.
turn him
I-
off. I don't. If he dies, he has to just like collapse,
No, I got you, because I think this will be good.
But I've already used the arrow
Um,
through the back of the neck. I mean, can't dip in the same well twice.
No. You're right. Back towards you, Gurlack starts to attempt to lift the unconscious body of Pippin up. You catch him, kind of like in a weak place of the like armpit area,
Mhm.
and the arrow digs in deep, like the force that you had behind this, there's like the feathering is sticking out, but not by much.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
arrow
like,
sinks in deep, and
we have some soft tissue.
yeah, soft tissue. And basically, what happens is, I'll say that Gurlack kind of stumbles, and gasping his last breath, reaching at the wound under his armpit, and he starts to kind of spit up some black ichor, and Gurlack falls into one of the chairs that had been kicked off to the side, and literally like dies sitting down.
Yeah, like in the chair, falls backwards.
In the chair as he falls back.
I mean, yeah. With that, I'm gonna swap to in Dundan, my sword there, and I'll just however much space I have in between, I'm gonna just kind of run at that other goblin, like.
By the way, and I don't think that I've mentioned this every time you've used it, it glows blue as well.
Oh,
so you can.
Heck yeah, man!
It was the first time because you really hadn't used it until
exactly.
this fight. It also, like Sting, has the luminescent ability where it glows blue when orcs are near.
Then I'm gonna just draw that and just aim down at him, and then just full on just sprint, going full intimidation factor.
Nice.
If he wants to hang around for the fight, go for it, dude. But we're gonna kill you.
You just killed the leader. Give me an intimidation check at advantage.
Oh, okay. So that is 4d6.
Yes.
Just adds the extra.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Intimidation. Let me see. 15.
It appears that the two goblins that remain are extremely frightened, as they were both on their last legs, and they just watched their leader, the most capable one among them, die.
Mm-hmm.
So they are frightened.
Oh yeah. I don't know if they'll
frightened condition.
Okay, there we go. And then that's what I've got. If we're still in initiative here and we're gonna take these dudes down, let's make it happen.
Bowen is up. Then Pippin's on deck. So Bowen,
how far away are they from me? Since he did, because Gurlack dashed across the bar.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to
50
run.
feet.
50. Okay. Then what I'll do is I will also dash across.
Yeah.
It'll use my action, but I will get right up in, let's say, the one on the left.
That would be the one in front of Mary.
Yep. Get right in its face and say to it in orc, "Run, I dare you."
And?
That's my action. I can't take a swing yet, but I'm within melee range, so if he tries to run away, I will get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, I tell him in orc, "Run, I dare you to."
Pippin is up. Bagamir's on deck. Pippin's unconscious, so he can't do nothing. When you're he hasn't been attacked or anything, so. Bagamir, you're up. The two remaining orcs are on deck.
Bagamir looks at the first orc and kind of just like makes eye contact for a split second, just seeing the look of like absolutely pissing himself. And he's going to try a non-lethal just smack to the face with the flat of his blade.
Which one?
The one nearest him.
Okay.
So
that would be the one in front of Mary. I think.
He's taking damage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I remember that
They're
correctly? Okay.
both barely standing.
They're both pretty messed up. Okay, cool. So this is going to be with Horseman's Might.
Yeah. Horseman's might.
Horseman's might.
Horseman's
Ew.
might. You have to
15.
take it hits.
Do I need to roll damage? It's a minimum of 5 damage.
Minimum of 5. You do not.
All right, cool. So just crack. And then he heads over towards the other one, who I assume is within 35 feet.
It is. It's 10
Alright,
feet
cool.
away.
And is anyone near this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
I'm right in this thing's face.
Bowen. Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna come up behind. So I get the advantage that I maybe don't need. We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely advantage. Jesus Christ. That's a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 3. So
Minimum
this-
of 5 damage.
this is a minimum of 4 damage.
He's unconscious.
Yeah. So he just like
Crack.
conk.
We are officially out of combat.
Heck yeah.
Unless you have anything that you want to add to the knocking out, I think now is a perfectly good time for us to take a quick little break.
No, Bagomir, he's gonna kind of stand there out of breath. He's gonna like rip the spear out and be like, "That was a bad idea,"
Yes, it was.
and then just pass out.
Okay, I think we should take
Oh yeah,
just a quick little break here.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Give us 5 to 10. But thank you for joining us. I've been keeping an eye on all the different chats and all the different we'll say locations that we're currently streaming: Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. So thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a moment, and stay tuned. We're good.
Got to grab my other yarn. Whatever.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Curbside Network presents Lord of the Rings, Prince of Darkness. We just ended a phenomenal fight. Holy moly. But thank you for being patient. We are back. Once again, this is our final episode for this season. So we greatly appreciate your support. Stick with us. This is an extended episode, so it's going to be a little longer. But we appreciate you guys watching. With that, Tim, the floor is yours.
Okay. Bagomir ended the fight in the Green Dragon with two well-placed noggin knocks to the last two orcs. So you have two
Renor.
you have
No,
two
Renor killed the
No, Renor killed
Gurlack.
Gurlack. Bagomir knocked out the last two remaining orcs. So you have two unconscious orcs and a group of dead ones. You are now seeing as many of the hobbits who have kind of dove off to the side to get out of the way, were hiding underneath tables, behind the bar, whatever. And you're just seeing, like, concerned and frightened faces just start to, looky-loo and creep over tables and everything, just trying to see, is the danger past?
So Bagomir, he's laying there on the ground and he kind of props his head up. Well, I think Pippin might need some attention. Whenever you're done, can you take care of this? And he points to the gaping spear wound.
Hey, everyone who's injured, I need you to move them in one spot. And she's directing this to Renor and Bowen.
Bowen. Was anyone? Okay, so we got Mary, Pippin, Sam. I'll help Bagomir up. And then I'll.
Ow, easy with the shoulder.
And then I'm gonna get it backwards. Pippin is out cold, right?
Pippin is unconscious.
I got it right. I will pick Pippin up and bring him to, like, we'll call it a central location.
Okay. Mary can kind of hobble at his own power, and Sam is the least wounded out of everyone as far as the NPCs are concerned.
Yep.
So he is cut up a little bit, but he walks over there as well. And it just seems like there's a wave of exhaustion that kind of comes over the entire group as everybody just kind of deep breaths and
Bowen, while carrying Pippin, will look over at Sam and be like, well, I didn't exactly want us to meet like this, but my cousin traveled with you way back when. It's a pleasure to get to meet you in person.
Samwise kind of furrows his brow. He goes, "Your cousin?"
My cousin. About the same height, carries a similar axe.
Gimli was your cousin.
He is, in fact.
I think that calls for another ale.
I knew I liked you for a reason. Pippin wakes up. Hail?
Mary's just kind of staring down at the unconscious Pip, and he's kind of like, I'm sure he'd want one when he wakes up.
I'm doing some medicine checks.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to use my healer's kit as well.
You may.
Trying to see if I was proficient with them. Proficient with the herbalist kit, but it doesn't look like the healer's kit. So is this going to be a medicine roll with the healer's kit?
Yes.
Cool beans. Very nice. Thank you.
And
Also, before I forget, because I almost did, I'd like to use, we'll say, two segments of about 10 feet of rope that I have in my pack, to tie the goblins to a chair. Like
Okay.
very Last Crusade. Chairs back to back. They're tied to one another.
It's a 15
Okay.
on the medicine check.
15 on the medicine check. Okay.
And that's for, is it for both Pippin and for Bagomir or just Pippin?
I think it's just for Pippin. Oh, you said you're not proficient with the herbalism kit, though.
Not the healer's kit. I'm not proficient with the herbalist kit. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Also, short rest is the equivalent of what we would normally do as a long rest. We're not doing a short rest here.
Yeah. If you're if you are proficient with the herbalism kit, it gives you advantage on that medicine check.
Oh. Okay, so that was 15 plus.
When we're in a safe area, such as we are now, would short rest not function normally?
Are you sure it's a safe area?
First of all, don't tempt me like that.
That's a 17.
You assume much. 17. All right.
One must not be too hasty.
But the reason why I asked about if we're specifically doing a short rest is because I do have an ability for that.
You are technically in Hobbiton. So, now that all of the enemies have been dealt with, it is considered safe enough for you to take a rest.
Cool. As I would like to use my
I just wanted you to
hands
sweat for
of a
few minutes.
healer.
You may do so.
This is a bad time to ask. How did death saving throws work with the 3d6 system?
Why would you speak that into existence?
We'll come back to that. We'll circle back. Carry on.
I don't see that it doesn't change anything. You're still trying to get over a 10 for a
That's fair.
success or under, and you 10 it meets. So anything 9 or lower is a failure.
Okay.
So for Bagomir, using my hands of a healer, if you're going to take a short rest, you regain an extra 1d6 HP for each hit die you spend.
For each hit die you
So,
spend, you
for
get a d6.
Each hit die?
Yes.
Dang, let's go. Okay.
That's
And
very useful.
between Renora and Bowen, I don't know how much damage they took. I just know immediately Pippin and Bagomir.
Also, keep in mind that in Lord of the Rings, a short rest is like an 8-hour sleep. So, unless you're wanting to rest at the Green Dragon, you might want to hold off on that.
Okay.
Until you have a place to actually bunk for the night and sleep.
All right, yeah, I'll go on and save that. But right now, I'm just going to do medicine checks on Pippin and Bagomir.
I'm gonna say for the medicine checks that you have, Pippin's unconscious. He's stabilized. He wasn't hit after that. He didn't take any failed death saves or anything. So Pippin you're working him to being conscious. It takes a few minutes, but he does start to stir.
All right, and I'm going to roll for Bagomir.
Okay.
Still at advantage, right?
Yes, because you're
Cool.
proficient with the kit.
All right. That is 10, 13, 19.
19, nice.
19 for Bagomir, and I'm also going to do my best to remove that spear.
where is... Was it adventuring gear?
So
I'm going to assume adventuring gear.
gonna flag over Renor and
Because
Bowen.
I'm trying to see how many... Where's your, like... Where's your D4s? Where's your hit points that you get back?
Like, I'm gonna need some help with this one.
I think it's the first time that we've healed this way.
Herbalism kit?
Yeah. I've got equipment up here.
Legacy.
Herbalism kit. Yeah, that just gives you for the medicine check, but like it doesn't... You don't heal anything.
Oh.
You can consume it as an action to get advantage on saving throws against diseases and poisons for an hour, and it gives you an advantage on medicine checks. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Phase, you can collect medicinal things used to create a number of herbal remedies equal to your proficiency twice as many. Oh, that's just making them. Yeah. Yeah, it just gives you advantage on medicine checks and advantage on saving throws for disease and poisons. Yeah, you don't get any HP. That's just medicine check to help stabilize somebody.
You get nothing.
Okay.
You lose.
Yeah. So you all are still wounded, but you're out of harm's way. And if you know, once again, you can start using your hit point die if you rest for the night. But the important thing is Pippin is starting to stir and become conscious.
Was I able to get the spear from Bagamir's shoulder?
I'll say yes for the medicine check that you were able to remove it. That's very painful, Bagomir, but removed and started to treat the wound on your shoulder.
Bowen helps pull it out. All right, Bagmere, I'm going to pull it out on 3. 1. Puh.
It's all right.
The
it's all
last
right.
say
person
before you
we
do
did
that,
this
like,
to died.
I'll say before you do that, I'll say Samwise, like, you just see a hand come into frame with a spoon, and he's kind of like, you can bite down on this.
Before that, like as he's laying there with the spear in his fucking shoulder, he goes like he's talking to Sam. He's like, you know, the last person we did this to, they didn't make it out alive. Ah!
You're starting to hear a little bit of the commotion of a bunch of the hobbits and the green dragon.
Oh, yeah.
We're so close.
Man.
So close indeed.
Third time's charm, though. That's the
I'm
last
just
one.
really
There we
glad
go.
that the stream's actually working this time. Like, we are
Yeah,
going
right.
strong on the bit rate. Twitch has been cooperating. I'm pretty sure YouTube's still up and running.
Yep,
I
I'm
was
looking
gonna
at
say,
YouTube.
I've had Twitch up in the background and I haven't lost it at all. So
I've had
it's
YouTube
doing-
up in the
it's doing
background.
strong.
Yeah, it's only the second time so far.
We're proud of you, Tim. You're doing great.
Yeah, right. Why do I pay for this expensive Wi-Fi if it still gives me these problems? Anyway,
Is it the Wi-Fi? What?
I don't
Well-
think so.
We'll troubleshoot later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're starting to get the grumblings of some of the hobbits there, kind of like, oh, it must be the Baggins' fault. That's the only... You're just kind of like, they're upset that, you know, their lives have been interrupted.
Oh, that's not fair.
So, are there any... Hold on. I don't know this. Bagomir doesn't know this. Are there any Bagginses left in town? Like, the Sackville Bagginses are... But
Lobelia passed away.
Lobelia passed away. She was like the last of them.
Bilbo and Frodo
Bilbo
have
and
sailed
Bilbo and
already.
Frodo have sailed away. They had no other surviving family.
I mean, the only other Bagginsons that would exist would probably live just outside of Hobbiton.
Yeah, there were distant relatives.
Yeah, like I think there's some that live in Buckland.
Yeah.
But other than that, there are
I'd have to
no.
look that up specifically. I don't know that off the top of my head.
Well, the reason why
Okay.
I say that is because Frodo's parents, one was a Baggins, one was a Brandy Buck. This is why I say that.
Yes. Yeah. And
But-
pretty much what you've gathered through this entire game is that very similar to Gandalf, pretty much any of the adventuring hobbits have been labeled disturbers of the peace.
Yeah.
And anything that goes wrong, anything that goes wrong, it's going to be immediately put on them, on Sam, on Mary Pippin.
To be fair, they were going after Pippin, so we're still not sure.
Problems that the Baggins has caused. If Bilbo had never gone on his adventure, we wouldn't have been on this mess. You know?
Go on one international adventure and save the world, and this is what happens.
Yep. So
Bagomir is he's coming to, he's realizing that Pippin's here, Mary's here, Sam is here. Just heart palpitations, just can't breathe. He's like, big fan, massive fan, who the hell am I kidding? We sign me, Luke.
I don't.
Sam kind of
Kill
looks
yourself.
at you. Sure, it's the least we could do, considering that you helped save our necks. And he's kind of like, Sam's kind of awkward about it, and almost like, you know, he's not used to that, but he signs the back of the loot, and Mary is eager. He's like, yeah, give me that. Of course you're going to want mine.
Here for it. Does Pippin sign too?
Pippin is just kind of starting to stir. He's like, whoo.
One of those fans at the airport.
Not the airport fans. Come on.
No, not the airport. No.
Like outside the venue, yes. He's not an airport fan. Come on. Give him some credit.
Yeah, Pippin's kind of, whoa. Well, that was close.
Why were they after you?
That was going to be my question.
You also kind of hear Mary kind of parrot what you say, Will. Is like, it's a good question. Why were they after you? What have you gotten yourself into this time?
He stole from more than Farmer Packets.
Pippin, looking back at all of you earnestly, I don't know. I have not offended anyone lately.
There it is.
This guy's got a track record with Palantirs.
Did you touch any glowing spheres recently?
Yeah.
No.
Any strange jewelry?
No, I promise, I swear on me mum's haberdashery, I have not touched anything that not belonged to me.
I'd love to roll
Actually-
an insight check, please.
Master Pippin, your blade there, where did it come from?
Pippin would have a Gondorian blade that belonged.
So he doesn't have the blade from the Barrow Downs?
I'm gonna say that he's got the one that belonged to Faramir.
Okay. Have you gone to the Barrow Downs recently?
No, I've not been to the Barrow Downs. Please, Bowen,
Thank you.
insight check.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
15. Is he lying about taking anything that's not his? Recently.
It's difficult to say.
Tricky little hobbit.
See, hobbits is.
I'm not the one fanboying here, so I'm actually focused.
Bagomir, you asked if he had been to the Barrow Downs recently. No, I haven't been to the Barrow Downs, not for many a year. Not since the first time I went, and I hope that is the last time.
Have you been outside of the Shire for any reason?
No, I haven't been outside the Shire in years.
Okay, hold on. We've gotten ahead of ourselves. First of all, my name's Bagomir. The short one is Willow.
Brace
The
girdle.
slightly taller one is Bowen. And the prick with legs is Renior.
The elf. He. I am Bowen, son of Owen, and cousin to Gimli.
And I'm Brace Girdle, Willow.
I am related to Brace Gurtles, but it's like 4 or 5 times removed on my dad's side.
Ah, yes, the family tree is very broad, many branches.
See, yeah, I wait a second. Were you related to? Okay, this might be a bit of a stretch. Were you related to Lobelia?
She's me aunt.
Mary just puts in, "You have my sympathies."
Bless you.
Master Hobbits, do you by chance have a more private place where we could discuss some matters? And maybe take our wee friends over here, pointing to the orcs.
Bagomir's gonna flip his leg when they take him to Bag End.
If they go to Bag End, it's bets are off.
His heart's gonna pound so bad he's gonna bleed out.
Bowen,
Yes.
Bowen. I beg you to try again.
Okay. I'll roll another insight check. I'd gladly.
I mean, this is something that you know is a pet peeve of mine as a DM.
That one's better. Maybe. Hold on.
If you ask
normally-
about one thing, you're only inciting the one thing. And if you're having a full-blown conversation, there might be more than one thing you want to incite.
Yeah, that's.
Normally, I would be inciting like
That's another-
everything, but
that's another
Bagomir
14.
is.
I
very
will say
fanboy.
he said many a year when he said about leaving the Shire. Can I deduce anything from that phrase?
Bowen,
Yes.
I'll say the second one had to do with specifically Bagomir's question about leaving the Shire
Shire.
to go abroad.
Mm-hmm.
And the official question asked was, did he go to the Barrow Downs? You sense truth in that. However, you also sense there's a lie of omission.
So he's not lying. He's just not telling us the whole truth. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, haven't been to the Barrow Downs in years. You've been to the Barrow Downs before.
Basically, he's referencing when they went to the
Mhm.
Barrow Downs on the quest.
Right.
What about the question of going outside the Shire at all?
I'll give Bowen's role as part of that too. Definitely deceptive. There's a hint of avoidance.
How do I verbalize this? Okay, so Bowen will ask the question again. Almost like trying to help him jog his own memory. Clearly it'd be like, are you sure you had, like, not one time there wasn't one weekend, that kind of
Yeah, you're trying
that
to.
kind of energy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, you sure you haven't left the Shire for anything recently?
Pippin. I have not been out of the Shire in many years. I have not been traveling. I don't know why they would be looking for me. Renor, since you haven't been involved in this, please give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Ooh. Excuse me, all allergies are getting me. Perception.
Yes.
17.
17.
Nice.
At that last answer from Pippin, you clock a face, the face of Mary, as he's
Yeah.
kind of side-eyeing Pippin, kind of like very skeptically or very scrutinizing
Yeah.
look from Pippin, from Mary. Excuse me.
Then I'll turn to Mary and just, are you buying this, or is it something that you know, or are you not buying it either?
Mary is silent for a moment, and he goes, "Thought you said that you went to Rohan. I thought you said that you had left. This was 2 years ago, and you said that you had left to go visit Rohan."
Tim, I sent you a DM that is relevant,
Okay.
and it just became more relevant.
I'll roll for it. Nope.
So, having been in Rohan 2 years ago, and being a Fellowship fanboy, does Bagomir remember this?
I can say this without you even needing to roll. You would have known if Awen and Faramir had a guest of honor. You would have been made aware. Does not jog one memory for you. You have never met Pippin until this day.
Cool. So Bagomir's gonna reiterate, Master Hobbits, are you sure there's nowhere more private we can take this?
You see, as Samwise, who has been kind of observing the conversation and just letting it happen. Yeah, I think Pippin's house is closest. And he kind of like looks over at Pippin, waiting for rebuttal. And Pippin kind of stammering, well, yeah, okay, yeah, my house would be closest.
Who's carrying the trussed up goblins?
I got it. It's less of a carry, more of a more dragging them behind me with the rope.
I assume aren't we just gonna like fast travel there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need to stop anywhere. So you guys with the two goblins tied up.
Bagomir stopping at every hobbit hole. Oh my god, that's the one for the book. And that's the one.
On the way out the door, though, Bagomir is gonna toss 3 gold to the barkeep and be like, "Apologies for the damages and the tabs and the disturbance and the blood. This should cover it."
Gonna take weeks to get the smell of goblin out of my establishment.
You would be amazed what baking soda and vinegar can do.
Truer words.
I'd like to, as we, if we're passing by and chipping gold and he says that, well, at least you have weeks to clean it. So think about that next time.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
I mean,
well,
you just watched us wipe out it. Did you see? You put 3 arrows in 3 goblins, 3 for 3, baby. Come on, what are we talking about here?
So, we get to Pippin's.
Yes.
I'm sure there's like 7 fanboy moments on the way, and then 7 more once they're in Pippin's room or in Pippin's house.
I imagine there's probably several questions that go, "What was it like when?"
Yes.
Can you explain to me? Did the Balrog have wings?
Yep.
I would also like to point out to Sam like to ask him very quickly, um, how's Bill?
No. One second. Of all the questions I expected tonight, that wasn't one of them, Reese. One second.
While
I'll
Sam
tell
is
you
in
what
fact
happened to
trying
Bill.
to remember
Yeah,
what happened.
Sam
and,
doesn't remember. Hold on.
Because I think he claimed Bill. Bill goes back to Bree, and Sam claims him again. I want to say that's off the top of my head.
While walking, Bowen will give Renyor a little tap. That was some mighty fine shooting back there. Very well placed arrows.
Yeah, so it's just more evidence that, you know, the shooting tournament back in Bree was just a wash, really. You know, I mean,
learn to take a compliment. I'm saying
some damn fine axe swinging as well.
well done.
Every so often, Bagomir just kind of like double checks on the goblin captives to make sure they are still unconscious.
They are. And yes, Bill is in the safekeeping of Sam's family. He went back to Bree after he is sent back from Moria. And then after the quest is concluded, he is reunited with Sam, and Sam takes care of Bill. And actually, Sam rides Bill to the Grey Havens when Frodo and Bilbo sail off. So, Bill is in the safe keeping of Samwise and his family.
Don't know if you can see it, but Will here is one of his boys.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Bill had sired any. That's amazing.
Hey, I know of Bill, and then there's Quill. The other ones, their names simply rhyme for theme's sake.
That makes sense.
I'm glad we're acknowledging that.
About a short travel away, you do come around. Daggone, I'm getting tired. You come along Pippin's residence, and you guys are invited in. However, you do note there's a little bit of a tense demeanor about Pippin with all of this.
Oh, I mean, the last time a bunch of strangers showed up at a hobbit's house. Yeah.
A bunch of strangers walk into a hobbit hole.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys know the rest.
Bowen will drag the goblins inside and politely remove his helmet.
I think this is the first time I've ever had goblins in my home. It's not a pleasant experience. Is there a reason that you kept these two alive?
Well, is there a reason that they might particularly be here and after, you know, Pippin?
Well, Pippin was the one talking, and he goes,
"Oh, okay. I wasn't sure that.
Yeah.
Then you. I wanted to make sure I didn't hear who was addressing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pippin once again kind of protests. I don't know why they would be after me.
So whenever you answer my questions, I'll answer yours.
All right.
I'll answer it.
Well,
when they wake up, they're going to make sure that your story matches their story.
You see his Sam once again kind of watching, and he goes, kind of curious what they have to say myself.
Master Pippin, I'm going to have to ask you to come clean. I was in Rohan 2 years ago. I know that you did not come through. What happened?
I'm going to make this party-wide.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm going to say it's still in the realm of persuasion. Party persuasion check, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna add on to that the Shire is at stake. If we don't know.
18.
$15.
Persuasion?
Yes, please.
14.
9.
Total for the party, though, that's a pass.
Let's go.
Whew.
Okay. Here's what happens. First of all, the two goblins wake up. At first, there's a bit of a, but then they kind of see the situation they're in, see they're tied up, and then they kind of like, and they kind of settle quietly. You see a bit of resignation finally come over Pippin's face. All right, listen. First thing you need to know, I wasn't doing any harm, okay?
And so it begins.
And like, basically, you see as Sam and Mary are kind of side-eyeing him. He goes, okay, it's probably better if I show you. And he goes down into a door which leads down to his cellar, and you just hear
As he's going down, Bagomir knocks out the goblins again.
okay. It would be advantage for the roll, minimum of
I don't
whatever.
want them seeing whatever's about to happen.
You do so.
Do I need to roll, or does it just happen?
I think it just happens at that point. You've
Okay.
got him subdued. Yeah, they're
No bonk one, just a tink.
bonk. Okay, a double bonk on you guys' part. The goblins are KO'd again.
How many hits before we get goblin CTE?
I'm also gonna say, because it's them, Mary basically follows him down there, and he's like, "What did you do? What did you? What is it?"
Are we
And
getting the cue to like follow or to wait?
To wait.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
And from the bottom of the cellar, he goes, "What's in there?" And he goes, just wait, all right? And you just, they come back upstairs. This time you see Pippin holding like a grain sack over his shoulder. And he goes and he sets it down on the dining room table for everybody in the room to see. And he goes, "Sam, lock the door, please." And he
I
kind
was
of
about to
looks
say,
at
can I look out the window?
you, Willow. You may. He looks to you, Renor, and he goes, "Master Elf, would you mind locking the back door?"
Yeah, I'll go. I'll poke my head out of it as well and do kind of a little.
Bowen would love to look, because I actually get advantage when looking for goblins and orcs.
Sure.
What a niche ability to come in handy right now.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That would be investigation if you're looking for your orcs, or perception if you're looking for your orcs.
I would argue perception, please.
I
I get advantage with both, but I would prefer to use perception.
So my
Well, you didn't say you were all right. I'll give it to you. I'll give you perception on that, and
Did all of
perception
us
for
take enters or dump stat?
Willow and Renor.
I got
What is it,
19
thumbs up?
perception.
Perception?
Yes, please.
I was saying, did all of us take intelligence as our dump stat?
Probably.
I took strength. That was probably not the best play.
Technically, maybe. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Nice.
I think it's 22, but if not, it's around there, and I think that's plenty for.
Yes. Yeah.
19, 20, 22.
All three of you checking the front and the back before closing and locking the doors. You are confident you don't see any orcs or goblins skulking around.
I'd like to stay by the window.
You close the doors, lock them. Willow is going to stay by the front door and look out a window to be kind of a lookout.
Bowen is gonna stand next to the goblins. He's actually gonna put the keen hammer mallet side down and kind of prop himself on the handle like this.
Okay.
Just in case I get any bad ideas.
Pippin is still trying to like set up the thing. Listen, I couldn't help it. It was something, and I knew where it was, and I'm sending something in the group chat as he opens the grain sack and sets the content on the table.
Oh
Stop.
No!
dude!
As you
Oh,
see
no,
a
no, no, no!
black sky ball set on the table in his dining room, and it sits there inert. It is in fact a Palantir.
Why, Pippin? Are you serious?
Mary
Specifically asked.
Mary is turning 5 shades of red. Sam is just head in hand.
Can Renyor make a dive for the bag and like throw it back over the top and just cover back up?
You can try. There's one problem with that. All of you see the black sky ball as it almost looks like clouds are swirling inside of the sky ball. And
Stop.
you see it start to change, and it changes color. And I'm sending a new picture.
No.
Oh, stop that.
And it's starting to like have like a orangish hue to the inside, and it looks faint at first. And what you see immediately is actually a little disturbing. And what you see is a older man, mad with the taint of shadow and grief on his face, gibbering like a lunatic, Lord Denethor. For anybody who would know him by his visage. You see basically the gibberings of a madman in grief, a cursed man. And you see the cause of it pretty much being the exposure to the Palantir, the repeated use of the Palantir. And you actually see over time, years, it slowly drive him mad. Now, for anybody who would like to, in this brief moment, give me an old lore check.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that.
Please.
As terrifying as what it might reveal be.
I'm decent.
Don't-
Oh, now I crit.
Same. 2 6s and a 1. That is
2 6s and a 4.
That is 12.
19.
16 total.
18
18.
with a crit on mine. And
16
Bowen's.
with a
Pretty
crit.
much, most of you know this. Bagomir, you put it together immediately. Denethor's Palantir, after the War of the Ring, is sketchy. The location of it, where it was, where it went, unknown until now. This Palantir has been lost since he was lost to it. The last record of it was it being in Denethor's hands.
I'm gonna say the line. You fool of a tote!
Mary turns furious. Why do you always have to look? And if anybody's still looking at it, the Palantir changes images once again.
Willow's actually going to look outside.
Whoa! Wait! I'd prefer if it didn't.
You see
No.
Yeah.
you see an eye.
Jeez,
You
why?
see a very savage eye breathed in flame around it. And now a voice is heard by everyone in that room.
No.
Okay, Willow's looking out the window.
Is
Have
there-
I seen anything?
You don't see anything
Is there
outside.
anything even remotely close by that I can throw over top of this thing?
That's what I'm saying.
to
Can we
not
dive
look
for
at
it?
any further than we've already?
Renor, I will say, has said that he's going for it.
Yeah.
We kind of hit a point where it's kind of like,
Yeah, no.
well, the
Oh, yeah.
narrative has to play first.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
with this,
okay.
with seeing this, yeah.
Yes.
The cutscene is going on right now.
You see as that the images of Denethor going mad switch over, and you see this eye. Basically, almost it's even creepier. You swear that there's light being given off of the Palantir, almost as if there's like a high beam gaze that's searching around and looking at each of you one by one.
Oh
And-
my god.
And all it says as Renor is grabbing the sack to cover it is, "I see all of you." And Renor covers the thing, and the light is gone.
Owen, kill the goblins. As soon as LOTR gets here, and he will get here, I fear we need to ride for Rohan. We need to go see my brother.
Weakly, Pippin adds, "There might be a wee problem."
And what, pray tell?
If the goblins are looking for this, I know where there's another one where they might find it. I couldn't hear you, Renor.
He's about to piss me off. It's
But Bowen
Yeah.
is fighting the urge to swing the hammer at Pippin.
We all
And
feel
the
what
Mary
Gurlack
is kind of
felt
like
from this
got
to
him by
this.
the shoulders. Mary has him by the shoulders, but then you see Mary's grip slack a little, and he goes, "I think I do too." And they kind of both look at each other and then look at all of you.
Pray tell.
Or think.
Isengard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you basically see even Samwise kind of nod. He goes, "Saruman. Saruman had one too."
Mm-hmm. Don't know what happened to it.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to assume it went unrecovered.
Mm-hmm.
As far as
The
anyone
best
knows.
guess is when Orthanc fell. Because I heard about this. When Orthanc fell, they think that the Palantir was destroyed there too. But nobody's been able to recover the fragments or the item itself.
If anyone else wants to take a old lore
Old
check,
lore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
because there's two things here that are kind of hanging in the air.
Crit success.
Am I okay to toss in on that too?
Whoever wants
Right.
to. This
Bob?
is important.
And my dice
That's only an
just
11.
launched across the room.
Pfft.
That happens.
I
I'm
don't
literally
know how
shaking
much
right now.
Willow would know about the Palantir. Or like a lot of details with the War of the Ring. So I will sit this one out, but can I do a perception check?
You may.
Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, that's crit success. Very nice.
9 on the
Um,
old lore check, and I
9,
doubt
11.
there'd be any. Even if Gimli had told his cousin about the adventures, I doubt he would have given him any info on what happened to that.
Renor.
Oh, crit success.
Oh, yes, good.
Yeah, sorry. I
Something
that,
occurs to you in this moment, Renor. Why were the goblins digging up graves in the Barrow Downs?
Okay, is
They
this
were
Denethor's?
They were looking for a Palantir
Yeah.
because the kings of the Northern Kingdom were buried in the Barrow Downs. Basically, the Numenorians, where Aragorn's people came from,
Mm-hmm.
those are the people that were buried in the Barrow Downs. So clearly they believe that there could have been a Palantir hidden there, possibly with their king, or one of their old kings.
So again, I'll ask Pippin if it seems to me these goblins were searching the Barrow Downs for something. They were robbing graves for a reason. I have to assume they believe that either this Palantir or another one like it is residing there.
Even Sam adds to the conversation and says, Gandalf said they weren't all recovered.
I have to ask Pippin, where did you find this one?
I went to Gondor.
Went to Gondor.
I went to Gondor. I did visit the king. I visited some of my friends, but I also was there because I knew Denethor had one. And I thought it was safer in my keeping than
King Bloody Elisar.
than where it was.
What could possibly have led you to believe that?
But why would you want possession of it? As she's looking briefly away from the window, which was a 6, a 6, and a 4 plus 6, so 22.
You don't see anything.
That's a crit success, by the way.
That is a critical success. You don't see anything. Does not appear that you were followed.
Do we have those fellowship points back yet so we can just call LOTR?
Pippin proceeds to say that basically the Palantir was kept in some of the deep vaults of Gondor, and he snuck his way in and took it.
Well, I, for one, think what a fantastic idea. Keep it in this grain sack here in the Shire rather than deep within the City of Kings buried in the vault. What a fantastic maneuver once again.
For once, I agree with the elf.
Mary's just kind of like it's not even disappointment, it's dismay. And he's just why?
What could possibly have led you to this decision?
Why?
Has Bowen dispatched the goblins yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I was gonna do
They're
it
unconscious.
outside. I was gonna do it outside, not smash their brains all over this man's floor.
Thank you.
Look, either it's the goblin's brains or the man's brains. Take your pick.
You don't want that answer right now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I am also okay. One more old lore check, please, from the party.
No whammies.
Rolling the hell out of this dice. Come on, baby.
Very nice.
15.
I need as many sixes as I can get, please.
Wait. 14.
Holy crap, that worked.
19.
19 as well.
Hold on. I gotta do math. I'm sorry. It's looking like 16.
Okay. For the party, that was a success. There have been many images and visions given through the Palantir. truly there's only ever been well, the exact number of Palantirs in Middle Earth no one knows that. We have no record of that in any history ever, which is disturbing. But there's one currently 2 feet away from all of you. With Pippin's knowledge, you think there's a possibility that there could be one in Isengard, in Orthanc. And now there's this possibility that there could have been one hidden in the Barrow Downs.
Yeah, I mean, if they got their hands on the one of the Barrow Downs, that's no good.
These are cursed objects. If you, I'll just use the word exposure. Prolonged exposure to these. It has never been good for anyone. However, King Elisar did use it briefly, but that was for a ruse and not for prolonged use, like in the case of Saruman, Denethor. In both cases, it corrupted both of them.
Master Sam, I have a very dumb question I must ask you because you seem to be well educated in this matter. This thing can't be destroyed, can it? Can't be broken. I can't hit it with my hammer as hard as possible, and it probably won't break.
Sam, almost as if he's repeating something that he heard years ago, he goes, I don't think it can be destroyed by any craft that we here possess.
Because I'm not going to make a fool of myself, but my cousin did something similar, and the urge to just smash it with a hammer right now is very strong.
What you have is one of the most powerful artifacts in Middle-earth sitting in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
And something...
Chilling in some dude's basement.
Something or someone...
Some idiot's basement. Let me rephrase that for you.
Something or someone reached out and saw all of you.
Palantirs
All of
are
it.
all connected. Whoever reached out just now already has at least one. And I'd be making a fair wager to bet the more you have, just like the rings, the more power you have. I struggle to think if whoever that was has more than one,
What they could do with it.
they might, just might, be able to rival the Dark Lord himself.
You see as Mary kind of adds to it, he goes, do you think that's what the goblins were looking for?
Without a doubt.
But
This
why?
Guy.
Why would they need it?
The Remnant, their leader. They serve someone, don't they? They served someone the last time. They don't know how to rule themselves.
Right.
I think it's a bit far-fetched to assume that scenario, though.
Is it? We all saw the eye.
Maybe not far-fetched as much as I would just hope. That's not the scenario.
Willow, you see in the distance as you see a few lightning flashes.
Trying to
Alright.
conjure up a memory here of what we've associated those lightning flashes with. And for some reason, I'm drawing a blank, and I don't know why.
Well, the books are associated with Balrogs, and I'm really hoping that's not what's coming. The
Yeah.
smile is not reassuring, Tim.
Hell of a season 2 premiere.
Right.
Willow, it starts to rain.
Okay, good. Just rain. Just rain.
Yes. And it starts to come down
Volunteer
hard.
involved. It's never just rain.
Mm. I'd like to
Kind of.
look at the trail. Actually, can I look at the animals to see if they're disturbed by something?
Checking on the animals with your rolls. Just that the weather's changing. You see as the rain starts to pick up, and you see it's like really fat raindrops, and it's just starting to downpour.
Mary, take this thing and put it back in the basement. Bowen and I'll take care of the goblins. Pippin, stay out of that basement. I know it's yours. I know we're guests. Stay out of the basement. Rainior, keep him to that.
Think it may be worth.
I will need
I-
Bagomir, because you're talking to him. Give me an insight check.
Is this an insight on Pippin or an insight on Mary?
Pippin.
Not that it matters, but just
Pippin.
asking. Okay.
Renior, I think you and I are on the same wavelength. I don't think putting it back in a basement's a good idea.
I am going to spend fellowship point because it's not like we can do anything else with them. Because the 3, 3, and 1 aren't doing anything for me. That is only mildly better. 13. Did I math that right? Yeah, 13.
That's good enough. You look at Pippin, and for the first time, you don't see Pippin. You look into his eyes, and you see dismay, sadness. And then his face starts to turn into a very, very cruel snarl, and he runs and dives for the sack and basically starts ranting. I can't be parted with it! I'm not going to be parted with it!
I would
And
like
he-
to grab
Try to
him
reaction
and
grab
pull
him?
back.
You may certainly try, yes.
Because
What
I
are
still
we
have
rolling?
some certain gauntlets on.
It would be opposed strength. So just give me strength or athletic checks for either of you.
Athletics.
Do athletics, even though it's not going to get me anywhere.
All right, so we got 6.
Actually, it might get me somewhere. 9, 12,
Crap, I'm
15.
Terrible at math. I'm sorry.
15.
15 as well.
Oh,
So
you
give me-
just beat him. So I'm going to say, just for the sake of the moment, it's almost like the two of you trying to hold like a rabid animal for a moment. He's almost like crawling, trying to get to the Palantir, get to the sack, and wrestle it from Mary. And then there's basically a tug of war match with him and Mary as you two grab him. He's almost like trying to crawl on top of you guys to get back over to it. There's like a little bit of like scratching and like and wrenching. Eventually you two get him under control, but it's almost as if Pippin's not there anymore. Like I said, it's almost as if there's like a wave of something on him.
So just so I'm clear, we're all seeing that moment in Fellowship in
Yep,
the Ring when
yep,
Frodo got
yep.
all dark and creepy. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
You mean Bilbo?
Bilbo.
Yeah, Bilbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
basically
mean the
that-
scene that traumatized children? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't have
That's
nightmares
that as
after
an
that.
adult.
exactly what that
No.
was.
All right, I got
And you guys wrestle him down, and you can explain how you do it, but you have subdued Pippin, but he's still like I said, almost like a caged animal, very frantic, very violent, aggressive.
While like trying to like hold his arms, I'm gonna look at Bagomir. Should I knock him out?
Agamir just reluctantly affirms that that is probably the play here.
All right.
Before you get a chance, you see is the hilt of a blade pops him on top of the head, and Mary knocked him out.
That's fair.
Sorry, Mary. I didn't want to just deck your friend.
They're friends like these.
Respectfully.
You just see like a labored sigh and breath from Mary as he sheathes his Rohan blade, and he's like, that wasn't him. You just see as he goes to the window where Willow's at and just stares at it, and he goes, just keeps repeating that over. He goes, that's not him.
Well, I think it's safe to say nobody else should look into the plant here from here on out.
That is
As much as we can help.
That is beyond safe.
So Bagomir
You're 3
he's
for 3.
staring
I
at
agree
it
with you,
and
Gryffindor.
says, I agree. I don't want to keep it out in the open for right now, so I think we should put it back in the basement for now. Under lock and key. And we'll keep guards watch 2 people at a time. That way one can keep the other honest. We need to
Doesn't
wait until
sound-
Alatar's here. And then from there, I think we need to go to Rohan and Gondor. I think it's time you met my prick of a brother.
I don't know. It's a hard ass to station a post like this in the Shire. I'm not sure how well that would go over. I don't know if it's proper of us to ask them to harbor this weight and in lieu of constant fear of attack.
Oh no, I think
Oh,
he just
no.
means for
It's
this
coming
evening.
with us. Just for the
Okay.
evening.
Oh yeah.
When we depart, it comes with us.
A plan I'm more than happy to agree with.
Same.
We can't
And
leave.
if Pippin has to come with us too, then so be it.
I don't think it's safe to leave him unattended or out of our sight in his current state. Perhaps Alatar may have something for him, but I don't think it wise to leave him unattended.
Does Mary look like he's going to stay at the window?
He is standing at the window just staring out of it.
I'm going to ask him, where does Pippin keep his tea?
Not even looking at you, still just staring off into the distance, he just tells you, it's in the pantry in the back, second shelf on the right.
While that's going on, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, she's gonna go over, find the tea. She's going to start boiling up a kettle for
So, and
everybody.
while that's going on, Bagomir is going to sort of nod his head to Sam and get Sam to help escort him down the basement with the Palantir, so that way there's a pair in case, for some ungodly reason, Bagomir is tempted in the 30 feet that it takes to get down there.
Oh, I'm gonna say it right now. If Bagger gets tempted, he doesn't come back up those stairs.
Yeah, no, it's no.
Because
Um,
Bowen's feeling pretty good versus the rest of the party.
holding
so.
the bag, Bagamir, the grain sack with the Palantir inside of it. As you set it down on a table, you feel very similar to when somebody dropped the ring or set the ring down. You see this glass skyball as it like feels heavier as you start to put it down, and as you rest it, you see like the wood on the table kind of and just creak and bend under the weight of it.
Thanks, I hate it. Then Bagomir will walk back upstairs.
You see as
And-
Sam kind of grabs like a bag of potatoes and like another bag of like of grain and grain sacks and kind of sets it around it so it looks like
It's
another
a
bag.
little 3-card Monty, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that. That's great. They get back up top, and Bagomir shuts the basement door. And is there a way to lock it?
Yes, yeah, you can lock it from the outside. Basically, from inside the house, you can lock the door that goes down to the cellar.
Oh, so the entrance to the cellar is outside? Oh, gross. I hate that so much. Okay. Yikes. That is not the layout that I had in mind here. Damn. Yikes. Okay, cool. Damn. All right, so yeah, he locks the cellar, and is there a window overlooking the cellar?
Yeah,
Is that the window that Mary's looking at?
he's looking out the front. The window to the back would give you sight of the cellar.
Okay. Is anyone looking out the back window at this time?
Not current.
I don't think so.
Bowen isn't currently.
I
Okay,
wouldn't
cool.
be interested.
Well, you are gonna be now, because you're taking first watch. No. No. Bagomir gets back inside and he's like, okay, so 2 people at a time, both looking out the back window, one keeping the other honest. You need to rest for now. Bowen, help me drag the goblins out back.
I got it. And he'll
I
just.
think it would be worth trying to get a name out of the goblins before we killed them. Not that I think they would be honest or anything of the sort, but I think it would at least be smart to ask them to name a name before we kill them. Simply clear all of our bases.
I would agree.
I'd be willing
Willow.
to head the interrogation.
Willow,
Yep.
stay inside. You don't need to be out here for this.
I'm more than one
she's-
opener.
In the kitchen making tea for everybody. So
Mary's watching out the front. Sam is keeping watch of Pippin, who is unconscious on a sofa.
Well,
We need to
there's,
bind him.
I've got more rope.
I wouldn't say it's a bad idea.
Trust
Yeah,
him.
I say go ahead. Let's just, if not just hand binds or something,
Yeah.
you know.
Wrists and
You know, I
ankles.
didn't have binding up one of my childhood heroes on my bloody bingo card for today.
A lot of things I didn't have on the bingo card for today. I vote that
So-
we separate them, see if their stories corroborate before they wake up. That is.
It's not a half bad idea.
Right,
mean-
Bagomir will sit inside with the one while you guys take the other out back. And Old Yeller, that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, let's say we drag him out back. I'd like to, let's. We're about to Vincent and Jules this guy. So
Wow. Oh, it's a cut. I love it.
what ain't no country
So
I ever heard of?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's all just take a moment
They
and
speak
acknowledge
Western and
how
what?
dark this has gotten.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's about to get rough out here, man.
Yeah.
We're about to take a turn from our high fantasy into some dark territory.
This is some Liam Neeson level.
Let's just set him, get him set up there, and then I mean, we'll smack to the face, little water, kick some dirt in his eyes. I don't know, just wake him up,
Bowen will just splash
Yeah.
some of the downpouring rain into his face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's
You're
like
getting
some,
soaked. It is.
some puddle. Oh
This
yeah.
is like monsoon level. Weather.
So, I mean, if we is he awake? Is he now conscious?
I was gonna say, just for my sake, so you've got them right next to each other, or like
So one is inside
with Bagomir still
One is-
unconscious.
yeah.
One would assume. Then we've got another outside, semi bound up. However,
Yeah.
we've got him there,
Wrists
and we're
and
just waiting.
ankles.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
waking him up now. We're looking for some answers.
okay. As you two are waking this one up outside, trying to get answers, there's a flash of lightning and a crack of thunder that is kind of close by, and you just hear.
And we hear what you said, huh?
Flash of lightning and a crack of thunder, and just a loud crashing of the thunder,
Okay.
and it felt close.
Mm-hmm.
Uncomfortably close.
If you two would please give me perception checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say with him awake, I guess just hold the blade to his neck and see if we can ask some questions. Crit success. 2 6s and a 1.
Nice.
6.
Not the first time that roll's happened this evening.
Sorry, math. 13 plus 18.
Okay. So you two, this is going to be the last thing that we see for a while. There's one more crack of thunder and a flash of lightning, and near an apple tree that is not too far away from where you guys have this orc tied up, you see an old man in blue robes leaning up against the tree, and you see a streak of blood coming down from his mouth, scarred over the top of his face, robes kind of like tattered and black and brown in certain places, and you see a blue wizard drop to his knees and go face first into the mud. And that's where we're gonna leave off for this.
You can't do that.
Oh my goodness.
I sure did.
Oh, my chest. Oh, okay. It's fine. I don't have to do an outro to that. Oh, holy crap.
How long until season 2?
That's an excellent question. That
Excellent
we'll
question.
have in the
That's an
creative
emergency
director
meeting.
chat.
That
Ladies-
will be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure to bring one of our favorite franchises to Curbside. Almost said Dice Hard. That's a separate show. To bring one of our favorite franchises to Curbside to play Lord of the Rings. Thank you everyone who's watched. Thank you everyone who's been patient. I know we've had a lot of technical difficulties these past few episodes. Seems like tonight ran beautifully smooth for our season finale. So thank you. A lot of engagement on TikTok and on Twitch. So thank you
Thank
so
you, guys.
so much. We are not sure when the next We don't know when the next episode of Lord of the Rings is going to be. So stay up to date on our Facebook, our Instagram. We will let you guys know whenever this is going to take back off. But thank you for joining us for Lord of the Rings. Coming up in July. Want to say July 18th is our little pre-meeting before we stream live. So it'll either be the week after that or 2 weeks after. Once again, stay posted. But our next game that we are bringing you is Astromore, a Spelljammer adventure. We have collected one of the best groups that we could have assembled. This is going to be people from Renegade Rangers, people from Dice Hard, people who've never been on Curbside. We are just bringing to you guys some of the best D&D players we could find for this game. So stay put. Keep an eye out. That is coming to you at the end of July, early August. Cody, Nolan, Reese, thank you so much for being here on Curbside, for joining us. You guys did excellent. And of course, Tim, excellent job as always, bringing such a fantastic world to life and running these sessions for us. But that is where we're going to wrap up for Season 1 of Lord of the Rings Prince of Darkness. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for
Prince
supporting.
of Shadows.
Prince of Shadows. Thank you. Prince of Darkness is a different movie. Prince of Shadows. It's late. I'm tired. And I'm still in shock of that ending.
Yep.
Thank you again. Love and support. The full season is going to be up on our YouTube soon. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you once again. And thank you guys for stopping Curbside. We'll see you in July for Astromore.
Yeah.